Welcome back to the Goodest cast. And on this episode, we have Markos Mylonas, multiple time attack champion. I first met Markos at a Yardbirds in Phoenix, Arizona, when I was in town for my cousin's funeral, who passed away from heroin overdose. But that's not what's important. I met him and Sally through some friends at a Subaru shop. Markos is a motorsports enthusiast. He's a car enthusiast, just through and through, right? They travel the states together, like essentially trying to make it in racing, and I commend him for it. It's a beautiful thing. Markos himself won the championship in 2017 and 2018 for Pro and Pro-Am Street class at Global Time Attack. He's a record holder, and some of them still stand. Buttonwillow CW13, Willow Springs, Streets of Willow, Speedway Roval. Rode Atlanta and New Jersey Motorsports Park. We're a bunch of weirdos, and I went to his house and did it in his driveway with him while Sally was installing coilovers on her car. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, then you already know Flock Manufacturing. They were the first people to sponsor the Goodest cast, and they did a collaboration with me and put my car on a croc charm. So code Goodest for 10% off. They got cool stuff, man. They got not just me, they have Kazuya stuff, they have Sally stuff. So episode with Markos. Sally's Markos' girlfriend. She's been on the pod before. They have her TCA car and like a couple other things. They got thrash stuff. They got anime stuff. I finally got one for the first time and threw it on some of my Crocs. I have my own car on my Crocs, which is, you know, some may say a little shallow, but hey, dude, you continue to think whatever you think. Goodest, code Goodest, dude. Flockmanufacturing.com, flockmfg.com. Get your flocks, get your Crocs, flock your Crocs, dude. Flock it.
Oh god, my posture is so terrible.
Same. And my microphone foam thing is all flat, so I'm gonna look like a weirdo.
Looks like I took a bite out of crime. Crime Dog McGriff.
We're literally doing this in your driveway, so
yeah.
If you hear people like working on their houses or
working on their FA5 FD2 conversions,
I'm slightly behind the camera, yeah.
Mechanic. Stonks.
This is living proof.
Yeah.
If anyone ever doubts that Sally doesn't work on her own car, you're gonna be.
Oh yeah.
We should have like a live stream facing that way also.
Yeah. So all the simps and incels can get mad. She doesn't work on her car. She's too clean. She's not dirty enough. She should be wearing gloves. She shouldn't be wearing gloves. Okay, then what's it gonna be, bro? Like, God, keep that same energy. Just pick something. Good Lord.
Dude, team incel is rough online.
Oh God, dude, the internet's such a terrible place. I mean, it's great because, like, you know, we've met all these people and like multi-continent, north, south hemisphere, like different countries and shit. And then it's just like there's dudes that don't leave basements, and then they have really strong opinions. It's like, oh God, just stop.
Just travel a little, bro.
Yeah, see some sights. See some girls in real life, just not on your screen.
I wonder if they're that mean to like OnlyFans girls too, but they're like paying them, so they're like OnlyFans girls have to deal with it.
Maybe that's the whole business plan. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's like a site where you can just like tell girls they're doing stuff wrong.
Isn't that like 4chan? Isn't that like 4chan?
Well, it's already Instagram. You don't have to pay.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no monetization
to
this.
But my boomer neighbors keep saying that you have to start paying for Facebook if you don't share this post. Like, oh, really? All right.
I can't believe those hit.
Oh, whatever.
My mom almost got by one of those like
really
those like she got like an email saying like your iPhone's being delivered, but you know you need to pay for it or something, and that was like the wrong address. Like, call us if anything's wrong. And then so she called them and they were like, can I go on your computer? And I like specifically showed my mom this video of like
What
the
not to do.
entire like operation that
Yeah.
like like it shows like how the people pick up the money and all that stuff and like how it works.
That's wild.
And so she was like, I think this is what Palmer told me about.
You're like, yeah, goodbye.
Yeah. That's a good way to start this, talking about internet fraud.
Yeah, e-fraud. Dude, I got fished once, like 5 or 6 years ago. Like the whole thing, they make it sound super legit. Like I was at work not paying attention. I was like, why is Wells Fargo calling me? And then when at the end, when they hung up, I was like, oh, shit. GG. GG. Oh, well.
They're getting good, man.
Yeah.
They're getting me with like text messages that like could be from something.
Well, it's like what we were talking about last night. The those fake Instagram pages that like have everybody's like stolen for sale posts.
Yeah.
And they're like posing as like a vendor in like Las Vegas, and it's like, you know, EK9 parts or like S2000 parts for like dumb cheap, and it's like too good to be true. And they go, yeah, just pay us half up front, and then they block you, and boom, they're gone, like $200-300 at a time. Like, huh? All right, that's one way to do it.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, I guess we don't hustle that hard.
Yeah.
We work for the man. Damn it.
You might see all these race cars and trophies.
Yeah, we're not professionals. We work every day. You know, we're not like the people that we race with that have lots and lots of money. Like, sorry to spoil it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It's like the hidden text. Click. Shit.
Yeah. So you guys met through racing.
Yes. Yeah. So we met in 2013 at Chuckwalla in June, which it's a great place to meet somebody when it's 118 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Dude was miserably hot. But yeah, we had mutual friends on Facebook, and like she'd posted like she'd snapped through her axle on a Subaru. Like, I've never seen that happen before. Like, I'm trying to launch it. Like,
yeah,
what happened? And we started talking. I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, we do time attack. She's like, oh, I do too. I was like, cool. Like, are you going to the GTA Shift Sector event, Global Time Attack down there? She's like, oh yeah, we're going with at the time it was Raceco, before it was like Life Motorsport. And it's like, yeah, all right, cool. See you there. Oh, you're in my same class. I hope you brought your A game. Of course, we're, you know, talking shit. And
yeah. So the shit talking was immediate.
Yeah, from like out the gate. Like,
what you didn't see was Sally absolutely roasting him right before we started this.
Yeah, I kind of earned it this morning, but whatever. But no, it was cool. Like, we met at Chuckwalla, and we did the event, and I won, so I'm still undefeated. And
in the household.
Yeah, in the household. Yeah, house divided. But yeah, I cracked the cylinder wall at that event, which was tight. I mean, it was 118 out. I think the track temp was like 155 or 160. So like they shut it down on Sunday because it was too hot and nobody was running anyways. So then we had this really hot drive back to Phoenix with, you know, the heat on full. I was trying to cycle the heater core to make sure like I wouldn't have a pocket, or like just to make sure to try to keep the car cool.
Yeah.
It was like 118.
Oh, you drove it.
I drove it there. Yeah, this is before I had the truck and trailer and was smart. You know, yeah.
How much? What did it make then? Was it like?
That's a good question. I don't remember the setup. It was like a 20G.
Okay.
20G, and
this is in your STI.
My WRX. Just a WRX, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. If you ever want to build a Subaru, just buy the STI. Don't muck around. Just fucking spend the money.
Don't try and turn a WRX into an STI.
Gigantic waste of money.
Mm.
But yeah, it was like 450 maybe. I think I was running VP 110 leaded at the time.
On the street?
On the street. Sick. Yeah. So like Arizona, like, you know now, it really doesn't take much to have a car streetable here.
Yeah.
Like, it's super simple. And most cars for like OBD2 stuff or newer, they just plug in the port. Okay, no codes, you're all ready, and your gas cap's good. All right, cool. Go on your way.
I literally saw a Mitsubishi FTO yesterday, and I saw a Laurel, and I'm like, in California, you see a Laurel, you're like,
good luck out there.
Who's doing some illegal business right now?
Out here, it's way easier. Like, there's a lot of people that are getting into importing because it's cheaper to have the warehouse here, and then just truck the car in from Long Beach and to house it here. Maybe we need to get in on that.
Yeah.
Then we can stop working real jobs.
That'd be cool. I'm in.
That'd be tight.
Yeah, we'll sell cool stuff. We just gotta like find somebody in Japan.
Yeah. I think we know the right people.
Yeah.
That could be good.
Yeah. All right. Cool. This episode's over. We're gonna go fucking figure this out.
Yeah, we're gonna go do this before somebody takes it from us, bitches.
So I know we did a podcast with Sally, so we kind of know
Yep.
like her story getting into time attack and stuff. How did you find time attack? Like, how were you just? I mean, you can answer that however you
Yeah,
want.
so like I guess motorsport for me is kind of like always been in like my family's blood. Like my grandpa used to race like hot rods with Vic Edelbrock like back in like the 50s and 60s and shit.
No way.
And like my mom worked for Steve Saleen as his travel agent in like the late 70s. So like I've got somewhere in storage I've got like a triple OG, like the original like Saleen like sweatshirt, like with the super old logo. So yeah, super cool. But like both my uncles are into motorsport stuff. My one uncle Steve, he raced like circle dirt track stuff like down in Auckland. He lived in New Zealand for a couple of years.
No way.
Yeah, so like it definitely, like my mom's side of the family was all car stuff. But in like 2007 or 6, I was like a senior in high school. My mom cut out an article for me in the local paper for what was then called Club Racing Arizona, which is now like NASA Arizona.
Mhm.
And it was like, hey, like you can bring your car down to the track. Like you can, we'll rent you a helmet. You can learn how to drive on a road course. And this was at PIR back when they actually had the road course still intact. I was like, huh, all right, yeah, that's cool. Like I can, shoot for that one day. Like I think at the time I had my 2000 Honda Accord SE, with the pleather seats and the 12-inch Rockford Fosgate subwoofer. Like, yeah, I was cool in high school. Now I'm like, oh gosh, what a terrible choice. But no, she cut out an article.
Back in the Honda game now.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, you're right. It's full circle.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. I never got around to do it. I never got around to going to it with her because she passed away from breast cancer in October of 2008.
Oh, man.
So that was kind of like the motivation was like, okay, like she wanted me to do this, like to go out and try the stuff out. I'm like, okay, just like, fuck it, I'm going to go try it.
How old were you?
When she passed, I was 19.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And so you pretty much got into it right away after that.
Yeah. Well, it was like, first off, it's like, all right, real life.
Yeah.
There you go. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Which was kind of tough, but whatever. Like, it made me the person I am, I guess. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I did an autocross in 2019. No, not 2019, 2009 down in Tucson. A couple of the local Subaru guys, because I had my RS at the time. And they're like, hey, like come down, do an autocross. I was like, all right, I've never done it before. Autocross is cool. But you're usually like doing autocross in the parking lots of racetracks, not actually at the track. You're in the parking lot, and then you're shagging cones like when you're not driving, which is kind of like it's cool for the whole SCCA thing because it keeps costs down. But like nobody wants to stand in the sun all day and shag
especially
cones.
Out here.
Yeah. So, but it was cool. I won novice class as like a fluke. I was like,
no
sick.
way.
Okay, I was like, all right,
with like no real any motorsport experience or anything.
None. Yeah, I had
driving your Accord to school.
Yeah, just simple stuff. Like I'd never really done any prior like track day stuff or anything like that. And I was like, all right, well, this is fun. And then NASA they used to do with Modified Magazine. Shout out to Dave and Peter, the homies, Speed Academy now, but they worked at Modified Magazine back in the day, and they used to every year in April they would do the tuner shootout, and all like the top time attack teams would come across the US. They converge on Phoenix. It was a 4-part event. You'd be at the dyno down at UMS. They'd look at power into the curve. You would do drag racing, you would do autocross, and you would also do time attack down at what was then Firebird, Maine. And it was cool. All the fastest teams of the country would show up. So you'd have like, GST, Factor X, Lick Motorsports was there back in the day. Bunch of teams. You'd have all like the top tuner teams in the country would show up for it, which was tight. And they had what they called hyperdrive. And you can, go get like 15 or 20 minutes on the track with an instructor and see if you like it. And I was hooked. And I'd been driving and doing a lot of like toge stuff, before it was like toge stuff. Like I had
Yes.
like, like you can see the plate on the AP1 says hot version. I always enjoyed watching that, growing up. And we used to go around at like Tortilla Flats. This was like end of 08, 09. So I was good at heel towing, and my instructor's like, wow, where'd you learn this? I was like, the street. Yeah, he's like, you should, buy a helmet and come out and start running NASA. And then that led from one thing to another, and I got linked up
You're like,
with,
okay, random guy. I
yeah, I was like,
appreciate that.
sure, man. Like, and the instructors were cool. Like,
That's sick,
yeah,
yeah.
it's tight. Like, it's just like, the stuff you guys set up with drifting now. Like, you're trying to promote it. You're trying to get people to come out. It's a welcoming atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. And the guys were like, yeah, you guys should really continue to do this. And I got linked up with Taylor and Travis because I'd known Taylor through the Subaru forums and local stuff. And he's like, yeah, like you should come out with us. And then we started running and went through HPDE 1, 2. I went from 2 to 4 because they're like, you're ready for 4. I'm out like my first day in HPDE 4 and my like 150 horsepower Impreza. I'm out there with a
NA?
Yeah, NA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was also a mistake too, but whatever. But I'm out there at PIR and I'm like coming onto the straight. And I look up on my mirror and there's an ACR not ACR, but a competition coupe Viper just barreling down on me like 140 miles an hour. I was like, oh.
Wow.
I was like, that's sick. But you're used to it. Like these guys are smart. They know what they're doing. So it was a lot of fun. Did the whole HPDE, got my TT license. And then, I'd been following Super Lap Battle, which was like the original stuff at Buttonwillow through Super Street and Modified and Turbo and all that. And I was like, huh. Like, oh, like Global Time Attack is coming. Because like Redline Time Attack was the other big group. And I don't know if they're still around.
I did a round
Yeah,
of Redline Time Attack.
you did. You did the infamous Lake Sonoma event.
Yeah. There's a picture of me going 3 wide into turn 10?
10, yeah, down the S's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you ran with the Works boys.
Yeah.
Up there at Sonoma. Yeah. Yeah, I remember Works because that's all they built was Mitsus.
Yeah. I beat all the other customers. I didn't beat any of the.
But that was but just like my Impreza, that was just a base Lancer, right?
Yeah, baby. Front wheel drive.
NA boy.
I still had like hella amps and like my sub.
The ice was hot
in the car.
Yeah, doubled in.
I was bumping on track.
All of the excellent Best Buy bits. Yeah, using that discount to your advantage.
For sure, yeah, dude. That was the Best Buy days.
Yeah. Oh yes. Good timing.
Dang, good
I
throwing
catch. I hope that doesn't pop.
Oh.
Hope you like foam.
Yeah. Shit.
She said, "I hope you like foam."
All right. Well, I'll let that sit for a second.
You want me to get you
Now we're good. Tight.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Glad we got to make this happen finally.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Markos to do this forever. He's like, I don't have a webcam. Cheers, Sally.
Boom.
Yeah, we've been trying to make this happen for a while, and you're like, I don't have a webcam, and that's like, I think everyone's excuse when they don't want to do it. So I'm just gonna start showing up to people's fucking houses.
This setup works tight. Like, it's easy. We had all the right stuff, surprisingly. And yeah, here we are.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, dude, it's super good.
Yeah, all the stuff is mounted to like a folding ladder, which you can't see. But you know what, dude?
I mean,
it looks legit.
We got the raised wheels boxes. Thanks, Sally. Thanks, Steve over at Mackin. Clutch.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
So you go out and you go do what, Group 4?
Yeah, so I did HPDE 4, and then
Yeah.
I got through time trial, and then I went and did time attack.
What is time trial?
So time trial is your car is classed based off of like power to weight ratio and then certain
That's kinda
modification.
cool.
Yeah, so certain modification. It's meant to be attainable for like the average person that wants to like progress, but it's cool because with TT there's contingencies. So if you have minimum car counts, like if you've got 5 cars in a class and you're running a Toyo sticker or a Hoosier sticker and you place, in the top 3 or whatever, you can win a tire or you can win 2 tires or 3,
that's
depending.
cool.
Yeah. So it helps like offset your costs and stuff like that. So for a lot of people, like TT is a great thing because it helps keep it cheaper. You can, if you win and you're good, it obviously helps because then you don't ever have to buy tires. And, slicks, let's face it, slicks get expensive and racing's not cheap either. But TT was cool. I enjoyed it, but I always had my eyes on time attack. And then Redline kind of like folded. And this was like 2010, I think, is when all of this went down. It was like, when did you run Sonoma? Was it 9 or 10?
I think it was 10.
10. Okay. So then I think that was the last year they did it. So I remember at SEMA that year, Jason Deanhart and John Nadiri linked up and they were like, hey, we're going to start something new. And Chris Rado was part of it too with that crazy, the Fwing, that big TC, like 1100 horsepower.
If you haven't seen that car, Google it, dude.
Dude, yeah, check that out. That's like, for Time Attack, like that's, at least for the US, that's like OG. Like, you know, Rado and the whole world motorsport team, that was really cool. That was, again, a time that will never probably ever be emulated. So I'm going to sit here and go, yeah, back in my day, we had the cool stuff like that. And they announced, yeah, we're going to do this thing called Global Time Attack. And we want all the top Time Attack teams in North America. You know, we're going to run West Coast events, East Coast events, so everybody can get involved. And we went up to Big Willow Springs was the first event in 2011. And then I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of this. I ended up buying Travis Barnes from Snail Performance. I bought his wife's WRX, which is now put out to pasture sitting in the driveway. But
yeah, it's got most of a car cover on it.
Yeah. Good thing I get those cheap at work. You know, it's for a Subaru Outback. But no, I ended up buying that car, and I'm like, I want to get involved in this. So I like helped Travis and those guys for a couple of years on their cars, and then 2013 is when I guess is it 13 or 12? I don't even remember. But that's when I got started around that time. And yeah, it was super addicting. And in typical Subaru fashion, it breaks. And we build it, breaks again, you know, blew up the transmission, went through an engine.
During that time, were you placing pretty decently?
I was all right. We had some like room for opportunity. Like, it was competitive. I was still doing a lot of TT stuff where like the car was a lot more competitive locally. So I was like focusing on trying to like make the car more competitive on like a higher level. So yeah, like just like with anything else, you know, you're not going to be your fastest like your first time out. You know, it's just like drifting. Like, you're not going to be linking the course your first day. I mean, you can. There's some people that definitely can, but you got to work at it. And it was a couple of years of working at it, and ended up meeting some friends, which now are like some of my best friends in Southern California. We did the last of the modified tuner shootouts in 2013. Was here. It's like they wanted like a street car shootout.
Oh, that's
I was
cool.
like, yeah, like my car is fully street legal in Arizona. It's registered, all that good stuff. Like, yeah, let's do it. So I met my buddy Ken Swen, Big Red KSR, for those that follow on IG. And he had his wild 8th gen full FD2 Type R conversion, Voltex, like Advans, the whole. I was like, damn, this car's sick. And, you know, we were competing against each other. Kicked his butt in the drag racing portion. Travis did for the part of the shootout. It was great. You know, and like, we just became best friends. Like, we started talking, hanging out, and he had a really good mindset on like, you know, what we wanted to do to build a car, and started linking up with him more. And then I had him help build my car for street class. I went to Road Atlanta in like 2015 or 16 after like the car hadn't ran in 2 years. I was like, yeah, let's go shake it down in Atlanta, 2,100 miles away. It's like, yeah, what's going to go wrong? Well, plenty did. It's like, yeah, you know, when you're not, that's why kids, if you want to build cars and have fun, go test locally. It's way easier.
Yeah.
Like, I know, you know, like it sucks to tow across the country or even like up and down the state, and then something breaks and like you're underneath the car the whole day. It's like, cool.
Yep, I have done that.
You're like, I can do this in my garage. Why am I doing it out in the cold in some random parking lot at an event? It's like, sick. We're really smart.
I have 100% done that.
Yeah.
It's like always the event that that you like really prepare for and are like really worried about.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Like the ones you're like, yeah, if I show up, man, and like stuff doesn't work, then like most of the time it's cool. But then if you're like, I really need to make sure that I have everything, you guarantee to forget something.
Yeah. I mean, you know, again, over the years of doing this, it's like, yeah, now we learn like, oh yeah, spares are smart to bring. It's smart to bring extra parts and tools and fuel and fluids, and of course like cases on cases on cases of brake clean. Like just the simple shit like that, like Parts Authority or O'Reilly or somebody sponsor us with some brake clean, please.
Yeah.
No shame.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I'm into it.
And that good Arizona spec stuff, not that Cali spec BS.
Is it different?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because like everything causes cancer in the state of California. That's why everybody comes here. They're like, I'm cancer free. Like the water's fine, everything's fine.
I drink tap water. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, I did too, and
San Francisco's best tap water.
yeah, no 5G issues here. Like I'm good. Oh, yeah. So time attack's been a big part of the thing for me. Like I wanted to be competitive.
Yeah.
I saw everybody else doing it. I'm like, well, they can do it. Why can't I? And then just started focusing on it and taking it more seriously. And I bought a truck and trailer. And that was a smart thing to do, because that way, in case something happens, like you have a way to get it home. I'm not trying to think of like, damn, I got to drive 10 hours back to Phoenix. It's like,
yeah,
I can put it on the trailer. And it gets on the trailer. It's fine.
I do not miss those days.
Yeah, dude. It's expensive, because like trucks are getting expensive now, and same with trailers.
I know. I bought one earlier last year,
Yep.
and I was like on 3 waiting lists. Everything on Craigslist was like, it was like more than new prices for 15-year-old single flatbed trailer.
Yeah, with like no brakes and the wiring's jank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's an investment, but like long term, if cars or drifting or if like any sort of motorsport is what you enjoy, like it's a wise investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's less stress, because then you don't got to worry about taking the car to work the next day or whatever. Like just load it on the trailer and go.
Daily the truck.
Yeah.
Not everybody has space for it.
Yeah, we're really.
That was always my challenge.
Yeah, well, now you got it a little bit better now,
Mhm.
but I mean, it was the same thing for Sally and I. Like, when we got a house in 14, it was like, yeah, this is smart. This is a good idea for the future. So
Yeah, were you like in a townhome or something before?
no, so we lived with Taylor. I lived with Taylor for like 4 years
From Snail Performance.
Yeah, from Snail. So I had an apartment up in North Scottsdale, and he helped me get a job at Best Buy. So we're blue and khaki boys. All of us
I
are.
forgot you worked there too.
Yeah, I was like almost 5 years there between two
I
different stores.
I did 5 years at Best Buy too.
Yeah, I did. So Ghost Armor was the
It's
thing.
really nice that we just got to like hang out on Black Friday yesterday and not wake up during Thanksgiving
go
dinner.
in at like 5 at Thanksgiving night. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that sucked. I definitely don't. Yeah, shout out to those in retail. I don't miss
I
that.
don't miss that at
Yeah,
all.
I didn't even want to shop yesterday.
Nope.
It's like,
Yeah, I don't go into retail stores on Black Friday because like I just know how
Yeah.
terrible it is for the people working. I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't want to
it's-
support this.
yeah, like the deals aren't even that good anymore.
Like,
It's
maybe
just
if
like,
you're on commission, like
Yeah.
I get it, but like if you're getting paid $14 an hour and you had to like blow off Thanksgiving dinner with your family,
yeah, that's not the business.
and even whatever how you feel about Thanksgiving or whatever, it's just like it's time to spend time with you. It's when they rip that from, they don't give you the option. It's like
Yeah. We don't even like to do turkey. We'd rather do like hot pot or like KBBQ or something. Like,
yeah, that's because you guys have astounding taste in
Thank you.
Asian food. Actually, most food.
life's too short to eat boring shit, man.
Yeah,
Like for real.
yeah,
Like, dude, last night was dope.
yeah,
That was a ton of fun.
yeah.
That
They
was-
Markos and Sally literally know restaurants in like 2 miles from my house that like not like people who live in the city don't even know about.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Dude, it's so much fun. That's what we really enjoy. Like with traveling and going to these events, it's like, yeah, it's like when everybody comes here to get Waffle House, like I get that. But I'm like, there's like a Waffle House down the street. Like I can go get it right now if I want,
Waffle House is an experience.
It is. It's a fun experience.
I went to Waffle House in Atlanta.
Yes, dude. When you go to the ones in the South,
Yeah,
that really
There
hits
was-
different.
it was like the first time I'd been, and like you like hear all these stories about Waffle House, but I was like, yeah, whatever. But I went, and of course a fight broke out.
No shit.
Yeah, like I was like, dude, this is the full Waffle House experience. Like I'm so happy that it's going down like that.
Yeah. You don't want to be deprived.
Yeah, I wanted the full. I wanted to eat and then feel like I was gonna die. Wish I got that, and then like I
Did
also
you-
got to watch a fight.
Did you get like the fully loaded like hash browns?
Yeah,
Like the chopped and screwed and capped and
Dude,
trapped?
I had to.
Yeah.
I went all out.
Oh, man, that actually kind of sounds good right now. Damn it.
Yeah, it's not a. It's a special item for us in
Yeah,
California.
I
Places that don't
forget.
have
Like
it.
all of my SoCal friends always get geeked out. Like when we go to for Global Time Attack in Road Atlanta with Formula D, like that's where everybody would go. I never got it. I'm like, oh yeah, we have a bunch in Phoenix, so it's not that big of a deal here.
Like I guess we'll go.
Yeah, whatever. It's still good. Like you said, it's experience. It's all about experiences.
Yeah. What what do you think like the biggest thing that you got from traveling and doing time attack that isn't car related?
Uh, just being open, like not coming in with any bias or like just just enjoying the moment, just like being aware of your surroundings and enjoying it. Like, dude, there's so many cool people in so many different places, but people have these ideas and these perceptions and shit. Like, they're just folks. They're like regular folks like you and I, and like chances are you probably have more in common with them than you thought.
Yeah.
But like people like Southern hospitality, that's such a real like when you went, dude, it's such
Dude,
a real thing.
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
man, and it's welcoming, it's nice. Oh, where y'all from? What y'all doing here? Oh, cool, that's cool. Like my kid's into this. My daughter likes that. Like it's just having conversations with people. But it's been cool. It's been eye opening to see just the differences. Like Arizona's a pretty boring state, like to look at. I don't know. People like coming here, I guess, cactus and shit. But
I love cactuses. I
yeah,
want a cactus in my backyard. Well, back patio. I want a
we'll go
backyard.
pick one up tonight.
Yeah, sick.
But it's just been cool to travel and see, like, driving there, because like we tow to Atlanta, so you
Yeah.
can see like the tree as soon as you cross like East Texas, it starts getting green, and then the trees start getting taller when you hit like Louisiana and then
Whoa.
Mississippi and then Alabama and Atlanta. It's just the scenery change is cool, and like seeing a lot of the country on the road's been pretty neat.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it takes forever, but it's cool. Again, it's a cool experience. Like we've been as far east as New Jersey, and obviously like
That's a big drive.
dude, yeah, it is. It's a lot of driving.
Did you start doing the kind of like, I mean, I know they have, you're doing a series. There's lots of stops on that series. When did you make the decision to try and hit all of the stops?
We kind of time attack started to like pick up a bit back in like I think I was like 15 and 16. There started to be some like competitive cars and competitive times and whatnot, and it's like, you know what, like this is I really enjoy it. I enjoy the competition aspect. It's a lot of fun. It's something I want to see myself doing in the future, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna commit to this. If I give it my all, then yeah, I'll be happy with that. So the truck and trailer was the biggest first step, and then getting out there and just hitting all the events and being consistent. And at the time we were trying to get sponsors, and that's a great way to to get sponsors, is to to be committed to a schedule. That way you can deliver on your deliverables and stuff like that, but just getting your name out there and so people can follow what you're doing and stuff like that, like that's huge. And I knew I would be like, hey, if I can leverage my good positioning in these events, I might be able to do more and get more long term. I'm like, all right, well, let's do it. So
What do you think changed that? What do you think changed that? Like because you were saying like initially you were placing decent, but you had to like learn how to do what you were doing. Like when did things start to come together? Was there like a specific moment or?
Man, that's a really good question. I have to think about that for a minute, but I don't know if I can put like a specific finger on it, but I think like one of the big things for me was just having a GoPro on board so I can like watch my footage and just seeing like some sort of tangible data was really important, and seeing like the opportunities we had and what I could do if I missed the apex or broke too late, broke too early. I could see it. Of course, video always looks way slower, but data is like been the biggest thing that I think that really started to help. And obviously like more power, that never hurts. I think a little bit of extra right foot.
I don't disagree, man.
Yeah, I mean, you upped the power in your car, and I was like, dude, it's a whole new fucking car.
Yeah, 100 more horsepower. I was like, huh.
Yeah, but I mean, more power, more problems. Like,
Yeah.
you know that all too well.
Yep.
But I think it was
Luckily, it's not a Subaru engine, so I can throw a little bit of power at it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, super motors are just. Yeah,
Fuji heavy, dude.
Fuji Light. Fuji Light is really what it is. But I think just a little bit having a little bit of confidence in what it was I was doing, and a little bit of familiarity. And again, like, I like to be competitive. Like, I enjoy the spirit of competition. And I think the big thing for me was like taking it seriously. And I knew, being based in Phoenix, a lot of the schedule was California, Cal Speedway or AC Auto Club, Fontana. And they'd run the infield and the Roval. You'd run Streets of Willow. You'd run Big Willow. You'd run Buttonwillow. Those are all tracks I don't get a lot of time to spend at because I'm based out of Phoenix. It's a Cal Speedway's 6 hours. Willow Springs is like 9, and it's like Buttonwillow's like 10. And you don't get a lot of opportunities, so you kind of got to make the most of them. So I started taking it. I guess you could say I took it serious. And then we started getting the results. I started podiuming, and we're like, okay, like, yeah, 2017, let's come out swinging. And that was kind of like, I had Ken do my aero. We had a lot of good partners on board. Stop Tech was on. We had Man Engineering with suspension. And it was like, I was going through a lot of RE71R Potenzas because those were the fast tires at the time.
Yeah.
And we started learning like how to set the car up and how the alignment affects it, and tire temps and pressures and alignment settings and just little things like that. Just started playing with stuff. And obviously like the familiarity of the tracks was beneficial. And the first event we did in 2017 was Boost Fest. Honeywell Garrett at the time put it on. It was cool. They had like drifting on like Horse Thief Mile, and then they had like time attack on the Streets of Willow track. And car felt fine. I ended up winning, and I ended up breaking a record, which was a complete surprise to me. I had no idea that I didn't come out with that idea. Yeah, it was tight. I was like, wow. Like, damn, that was really fun. Like, I really enjoyed that. Because that was like the first time I'd ever really, I think that was my first outright win. Like fastest in street class, and it was a fastest in all-wheel drive and a record. And it was a record that had stood for a few years, which was cool. And time attack, time attack's all about it. What, dude, it felt great. And time attack's all about records. You want to be the fastest.
Yeah.
And at the time, they didn't have what they have now, where you're just like fastest overall. So they still had all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. And like I'd always been chasing Mark Yeager and his STI. He always had like set the bar, and I was like, I know I can do that. I know I can do that.
Yeah.
And that first event was just kind of like I guess you flick the domino. Everything just started falling and falling and falling.
Yeah, you got the confidence to know you could do it.
Yeah, and we started, again, being smart with the car and setup, and I started feeling better as a driver. And yeah, dude, just one thing led to another, and it was just like win, record. It just was 17. I think it was like we won every single event and set a record at every track we went to. It was just nuts.
That's
dude,
incredible.
Dude, it was sick. Like, I'd be lying if I don't embellish that from time to time because it was nuts. I felt like such an underdog, being based out of Phoenix and running a track like maybe once a year and getting an opportunity to do it, and then taking advantage of it, and then being like, who is this?
Yeah.
Like, who's this car? Who's this kid?
Yeah, you've never been there before.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that was
kind of sleeper in a way too. Like...
Kind of, yeah. Dude, it was tight. Like, who doesn't want to win? Winning's fun, man.
Monks don't want to win.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, dude, it was that. I think that was like the big turning point. Was like 17 and 18 for sure.
And then so that continued on into 18.
Yeah, 18 was
getting
like,
more records.
The one I really wanted was Buttonwillow, because that was one of like the oldest standing ones, and I wanted to do it at the end at finals or super lap at the time, which is like November at the end all be all event. Everybody converges on Buttonwillow and we go, but we were there in March for a Pro-Am GTA event, and my good friend of Sally and ours, Jeff Westfall, he's a professional racing driver, drives for Carbon with Peregrine Racing now in IMSA, and also in SRO. He does some stuff for them there too.
Oh yeah, I think I met him with Sally.
Yes, yeah,
he's a nice
dude. He's a great guy, super nice, and we've been great friends ever since we first met him, like back in the old days when he drove for GST. But Jeff was there, and he's like, "Hey, like, let's look at your data. Let's."
Oh, did he drive that like wild Impreza?
Yeah, the L. Yeah, they used to do. They used to do
what?
They had the G Stig. That
Yeah.
whole like the driver was hidden. I
Yeah.
ever thought it was like Gary Sheehan because Gary used to drive the car. Well, it was Jeff. And then like Jeff would drive the car, he'd get out of the car in the suit and go run back in the trailer and change. And Jeff's based out of San Bruno, so like Sonoma's home.
Yeah.
So he knows the track better than anybody when it's wet, when it's dry, when there's a ton of cars, when there's none. But yeah, Jeff was there, and he's like, "Hey, like let's look at your data, let's figure this out." And obviously, he's a driver coach too. So when he explains stuff, he makes it really easy to digest. And instead of overloading you with like 6 or 7 things to try, he's like, "Look, just focus on this next time you go out. Focus on these 2 things. If you get those 2, then cool. We'll look back and see." And we had a couple areas of opportunity. Gave me 2 things to focus on. Went out the next session and broke the record. And I was like, dude, it felt so good. Like that was the one I wanted all the time. Buttonwillow is like, the bar, the benchmark for time attack in North America. And that was the one that meant the most. And it was just so fulfilling and satisfying to finally get it. And like, if it weren't for Jeff there to crunch the numbers for me, like, I don't know if it would have happened. Because, we're all amateurs at the end of the day, right? Like, same thing with drifting. Like, yeah, there's the FD guys that like have teams and crews and engineers. And it's just like, yeah, like that's us. It's you and I and Julian and Aaron and everybody else. Like that's all everybody's trying to figure it out on their own. So
yeah, you're the mechanic,
the truck driver,
the
urinal cake changer. We do it all.
Yeah,
jack of all trades, master of none.
That is the best description of most of the people I know in drifting.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only way.
Yeah, it's hard because like we don't have budget, or we do it, or if we do, it's meager. Like it's not like pro level FD stuff or like
even some of them are doing it on their own budget.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
They're like like all the pro spec guys. Like some of them are towing their own rigs out, like doing their own alignment. It's like it's tough.
Yeah, man, it's heavy, but it's fun though. Like it's rewarding.
I think it's more rewarding.
Yeah,
maybe not. I've never done it on a pro level. It's probably really cool to just show up and be like, "Yeah, car feels weird. Fix it."
We'll get there one day, maybe. I don't know. I'm like you. I enjoy the process too much.
I like knowing that I put together the shit box that I'm now endangering my own life.
Do you still call it a shit box?
You haven't seen it lately. It's pretty rough.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now.
All right, I trust you.
The body's seen better days.
Yeah.
But still good. Still goes good.
I don't consider it a shit box, but then again, I call all my cars shit box. I think every dude like calls their car a shit box at some point.
Yeah.
We're proud of it, but like we're not that proud.
Yeah, it's like I know this could be way better if I had the time and money.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I like it for what it is.
Yeah.
I like my shit box.
Same. I mean, I do too. I like buying this S2000 was, dude, I absolutely adore this car. And I can say that like with full confidence, I adore it.
I think your mailman's selling drugs because he's went by like 5 times now.
Yeah. I don't know I'm not sure what. It's a new guy too all the time. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Never home, so.
So you've gone to a rear wheel drive platform.
Yes.
You've gone to a Honda platform.
Yes.
Is it because the Red Bull engines are doing well?
I gotta say, I'm actually Team LH, bro.
Are you?
I love Lewis, man.
Yeah, I think he's incredible.
I respect. Many people hate him.
I like Red Bull Racing. I like the team.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like the team. I mean, like
the Team Mugen stuff, like overseas with like the Super Formula cars and like Super GT, like it's sick. It's very cool. But yeah, I love Lewis, man. Like,
yeah,
no shame.
He's incredible.
He is, and people hate. It's just like the dude works hard, and he's faced nothing but difficulties his whole career. Like seeing some of the first videos of him testing in like Barcelona, and there's like dudes with like blackface and like monkey outfits, like all around. You've ever seen that video?
What?
Yeah, look it up. So it's like his first test in a F1 car, and it's just like people are trying to be funny, but it's just like, yo,
that's wrong.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
So the dude's faced adversity since day one. Like whether or not people want to admit it, it's still happened. It's out there, you know. Yeah, the dude works hard. So,
yeah,
I'm a fan.
I do think he's I don't know. There's been like five times this, not this season. There's been like a lot of instances where it's like he just proves to be a tier above, like in certain situations where most others would have lost because of something happening. Like
Well,
when he blew the tire and finished like
yeah, at
3/4
Silverstone.
of a lap
Yep.
at Silverstone, you're like, and he's still going fast enough
Even
to
watching,
knock it past. Like
even Brazil,
unreal.
like starting from the back of the pack and clawing your way to the front. Like, dude, that was probably one of his best drives, maybe ever.
I mean,
Like,
that's Schumacher status, you know. Like
it is.
I remember as a kid watching Schumacher do like
Dude.
back of the pack to win the race, and you're just like,
Yeah, literally like some of the best Formula One drivers in the world, like
Yeah.
history.
yeah.
plain and simple.
Only a couple of people have been able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be cool to see, the future of F1. It's been really fun to watch, but I think like, I don't know if I would say peak Lewis, but he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. Like, it'll be cool to watch the last 2 races. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
I think he's down by like 14 points or something like that.
It's more exciting when there's a challenge.
Well, that too, like everybody's super into F1 now. I don't know if Drive to Survive aided that in the US. I'd like to think it
1000%.
did. Yeah.
1000%.
But
everyone I know who watches Formula One now watched season 1 of Drive to Survive, and
Yep.
they're like, this is really cool.
It is.
They doubled I think more than doubled the amount of people that showed up to Austin.
Yeah, I think they said it was like 400,000 and something thousand. Yeah, almost 500,000 people converged on Coda.
Yeah.
Which, dude, that's a big facility.
And I think they're like already selling out.
Yeah.
Like all places to stay for
Yep.
Miami and all that stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. Have you been to Coda?
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta go.
Have you driven it?
Yeah. I drove it in Sally's old VA chassis STI. We did Super Lap Battle like the first year in that car.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried taking her Civic too. And yeah, good call on that. I was going to say those need to go in the cooler.
I took my mic with me.
It's all right. Yeah. Cold boys on ice. No, Coda was tight though. I suggest anybody goes. Like, it's just the size of the facility is that in Indianapolis. Like, we went to Indianapolis for the season finale for Sally Racing this year. Dude, Indy's insane.
How sick was that?
Could you imagine like the whole? That's fine. Sally, you can probably hear Sally hammering out some bolts right now. Friends, when you buy used cars, sometimes people don't do things the right way, and that's what we found out with the Civic a lot. Like wrong size bolts. No, dude, it's a mess. But yeah, Honda, man, it's where it's at right now. Is that really loud?
Yeah. I think so.
Man,
it's okay.
did you
Are
get
you
it
done?
out? Okay, cool. Yeah, Honda's tight. I'm a fan. I'm really enjoying it. It's different. Never driving rear-wheel drive before. It's humbling. I've only done 1 track day in it so far. But I wanted to do it stock suspension
to get like a good base
to see how it feels and to like be comfortable with like counter steering and being quick with the hands and stuff.
I took my M3 to a drift day the day after I bought it.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Bone stock.
Yeah, fun.
It was a little floppy, but I was impressed. The stock diff was pretty tired, so it wasn't as good as it could have been. But
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a good like it's a good I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's good to like get this is what needs to change. Like I was like
a baseline.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
It needs coilovers bad.
Yeah.
like these shocks are destroyed.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that. Just you're like, I could probably drive it without an angle kit for a little bit because it has a decent steering angle. So I was like, coilovers absolutely need those.
That should be a Goodest Cast top tip. Go drive your car stock.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter like what you're doing, like autocross, time attack, HPDE, drifting, skid pad, like go drive it stock.
I made fun of autocross a couple times on here. I don't know if I have any autocross listeners.
Dude, I used to catch so much crap in the Subaru groups because I'd be like, yeah, autocrossers are cool because they keep the parking lots clean in the tracks that we race at. And I caught a ton of shit for it. Or like it'd be like sharing memes. It'd be like, oh, your Tinder says you race cars, and then she finds out you autocross. It's like, Yeah, I caught so much crap from those guys for that. There's some really talented people that do autocross. It's just not for me.
I've learned that over time.
Yeah,
That there's like a lot of different setup involved. And
there
like
is.
people go all in, and it's like they'll build like ridiculous cars that are autocross specific.
The rules suck though, and it's
Yeah.
like a constant battle. They're changing like
Mm.
all the time, and yeah, it's just not for me. Just not my deal.
It's not for me either.
No, but yeah, Goodest cast top tip: drive your car stock. Just go
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. Don't go overbuild your shit.
Yeah. Damn it, Sally. It's okay.
She's literally installing coilovers like probably like 6 feet away from us.
Yeah. Yeah, wrong size bolts. I don't know why
Mm.
people jam wrong. Yeah, it's on the knuckle too. It's like,
Yeah.
golly. People, be smart when you work on your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I probably shouldn't talk. My car's pretty well. Yeah.
Give yourself some credit.
It's all right. Sally's laughing
Us,
at us
probably.
for sure.
It's a collective.
Yeah. So, do you have plans with this car? Are you gonna like? Because I know you've taken a break from Time Attack. Do you have any plans of going back to Time Attack?
I'm not sure. I think I don't know.
Like
What
I'm
I wanna
going.
do.
I'm retiring on top. All right.
I'm Nico Rosberging it. You win a championship and you're out. But I did win 2. I won 17 and 18,
Yeah.
the championships and all the records, which was neat. But I don't know. I've been enjoying the break from it. It's been nice to catch up financially.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, like cars aren't cheap, man.
No.
It's been nice to pay bills off and get caught up on stuff and not be so stressed out. But I've been enjoying, as much as she's gonna talk shit off screen, I've been enjoying helping Sally with her stuff. It's been fun. Yeah. The social media stuff is hard, I'll be honest, but it works for her and it's a good thing. But it's been cool to
It's
be
a requirement.
it is. It's been cool to be a part of it at the track and learning how to not just, be fast as a driver, but to help somebody else be fast and engineer speed.
Yeah.
Luckily the Civic that she drives, the HPD Civic SI, it actually has there's data on there. It's got a Motec dash, it's got data logging, it's got sensors and stuff that we can see, things we can do. We have live TPMS data on the car, which is cool, something we added. So like if we make changes to suspension, and like if we change compression or rebound, we can send her out and we can see it. Because we can see the tire pressures increase or they might decrease. So it's been cool stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's yeah, dude, it's humbling, man. Like TC America is like the entry level to like professional motorsport, and we're there with like factory back GT3 teams, like factory back GT4 teams,
Yeah.
and there's people with way too much fucking money.
Yeah.
And we're out there with these little Honda Civics putting around, and it's like, yeah, it's cool though. It's fun. You learn a lot of stuff. You meet a lot of cool people. But I've enjoyed engineering the speed or helping her find it. Coaching, yelling at her on the radio, go faster, pass that guy, run him down, like shit like that.
Yeah.
It's been fun. But I think I'll get back at some point. I don't know if it's going to be in a Subaru, to be honest with you.
Dang.
Yeah.
Converted.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's like one of those, like, right, like you did it with the S13. You were super committed to that car. That
Yeah.
was like what got you your start, just
Yeah.
like my WX did for me.
Yeah.
But you realize at some point, like, yeah, change is good. I think it's my time to change. Sally's just telling me to spill the beans right now. Do we make it an Goodest Cast exclusive?
Sure. I mean, you can hide it, dude.
I'm gonna wait.
All right. I like it.
But we're definitely committing to the S2000. We're committing to the S2000, that's for sure.
All right.
Please don't. Sally's saying she's just gonna take the mic and announce it. I'm not ready yet. I'm still digesting it. But it'll be cool. Yeah, it's not.
So
gonna
what
be
you're
in the
saying is
Subaru.
you have plans.
I have plans.
potentially.
I have some plans, and they're to be honest, they're fairly significant. So it's not gonna be in a Subaru. It's gonna be in an S2000, which is nuts. Because all I've driven my entire life, well, I guess since I could drive, has been Subarus.
Yeah.
So all my track day experiences have been in a Subaru. So
I wonder how that's going to affect your. I mean, you're going to have to. I think people don't realize there's a huge difference between front, rear and all-wheel drive platforms.
I've had the cheater switch on my entire motorsport career, quote unquote. Like all-wheel drive makes it really easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to lose an all-wheel drive car. You know, like in a corner, because you've got four wheels applying grip. You know,
Yeah.
and helping the car rotate and stop and all that stuff. So, yeah, it'll be a fun challenge. Most real race cars are rear-wheel drive anyway, so might as well go off the deep end and jump into a car that everybody says I'm going to spin and crash. So whatever, I'll figure it out. I'm not scared.
I like that.
Life's too short for that shit, man. You really
Yeah.
only get one shot at this game.
You gotta
so,
you gotta turn up the danger switch a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, little like Travis Barnes says, little plus key action.
Yeah.
Turn that baby up.
Shout out
So,
Travis.
the South Boss. Yeah, I talked to him about it the other day. I was like, hey, because he called me on my birthday on Thursday, and he's
yeah,
like,
do they
hey,
have cob access port? Oh, he's tuning everything now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he can do Motec and stuff like that, which is
Yeah.
what the car will be running on is Motec. So
Now that you're a data engineer.
I wouldn't say that. Ken's definitely the data engineer. I learned from him, but being like, I see why people like it. It's expensive, yes,
Yeah.
but it just once you have it set up and you learn how to use it, it just offers so much more. Like you've done it once you've gone with your standalone. Like we were talking about monitoring coolant pressure.
Mhm.
Like you can see if you've got a head gasket issue. You can monitor oil temp. You can do intake air temp like pre and post intercooler to see how effective your core is. You just got to add sensors to it. Like you can,
Oh, that's actually a good idea. I should
Yeah.
do that because I got my new Koyo Red core.
yeah. See,
And
so
I,
you
I
can.
wanted to do some testing for
Yeah,
them
yeah,
to show
and
them
that's-
actual
yeah.
IAT differences.
And that's great feedback for your partner, because then they can use that in advertising and stuff like that.
right.
Because like people want to see data, they want to see tangible stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and that's in order to do that. You now with a aftermarket EC, because you're on Link, right?
hmm
Yeah. So with a Link, you can see all that.
Which
stuff.
I paid full price for. Link.
Link, help us.
Yeah.
Link. a little Zelda for you.
I never put those two together, but it was pretty funny.
Hey, listen. That was a terrible rendition of that.
I need, yeah, I need a ocarina of time.
Yeah.
Time? Ocarina of time. Yeah, it'll make your car faster.
Yeah.
Less time. Ocarina of less time.
Ocarina of less time. Yeah, time is money.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Bars.
All right. So I know
The
that
Subaru's going away, yes.
I know that in time attack, data is becoming more important.
It is.
I know that they do it in the pro levels of drifting. It hasn't
Do you think
reached.
they do? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
for
all running
sure.
standalones and stuff.
Well, a lot of them are doing all kinds of stuff like tire. They're doing like laser tire temp.
Like the
Sensors?
Izzy sensors for
For like inner and outer tire
yeah,
temps.
for carcass and stuff. Yep.
Mhm. So they're getting like proper,
You know, I think I remember you did that. You touched on this in a prior pod about like the level that they're preparing these cars, and it was something I wanted to bring up with you, like why more people don't go after data. Because even for like the enthusiast,
yeah.
it's gonna make your life way easier.
I think because we don't have lap times, you don't have anything to like compare a lap time to adjustments that you've made and then look at the data
Yeah,
and
but
be
the
like,
car
why is the data on this lap? Why was this lap fast? Oh, we had XYZ. I agree with you. I think it's coming to Grassroots. I just don't think that it's accessible enough yet.
Right.
I think a lot of us, I mean, the amount of people who have standalones with any kind of data logging is minimal.
Yeah, that's true. It's expensive for most. Like the buy-in cost is high. I just feel like the reward at the end is so much better.
I mean, I definitely want to start doing like I want to get the whole team on at least the same platform or a platform that we can like
Share.
start to log at least engine data and be able to plug in and see if sensors are working and stuff. Because like right
Yeah.
now, how many times have you gone to a drift event? I'm not talking to you, but like,
Right.
how many times have you gone to a drift event where something's not working and you don't know what it is? Like,
Right.
the car's not running right, or it's slow, or bogging, or breaking up, and you're just like sitting there changing fucking spark plugs, and like you could easily plug in and not everybody can do that. Not everyone can plug in and like look at the logs and
Yeah,
stuff.
you do have to. It does involve a learning curve, but I still think it's worth it long term.
I think more people are.
Yeah.
I think especially the younger dudes.
Yep.
I mean, the younger dudes, the level of understanding of the cars they have, even at like 20 years old, makes me feel kind of silly.
Sal and I feel the same way. You know, we're competing with, or she's competing at the pro level in SRO with kids that are 18, 19, 20, and have been in karts since they can walk. You know, and like we both got late starts in motorsport. Like, you know, we didn't have the opportunities as kids. You know, parents didn't have the money or didn't steer us in that direction because they weren't aware of it. But yeah, like you said, you've talked about that too before. Is like the kids coming up behind us. There's some that are extremely talented and and grew up on simulators and have had a lot more seat, you know, quote unquote seat time compared to what we have had because they have things that we never did.
I would say like 1,000, no, maybe like 100 hours on the sim is equivalent to like 1 hour in the actual car. But if you put in like 5,000 hours on the sim, you put decent amount of time in on the car. Like,
I mean, and I've never played Assetto Corsa. I've never done drift stuff on there. I don't know how realistic it is or whatnot. But I mean, like I think you talked with like the Devin Smiley cat. Like he did a lot of sim stuff, and it helped him transition from the sim to the car.
It's gotten better in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Like previously, it was close, but it was super floaty, and like a lot of the cars, the way that they were set up, like they have no front grip, and it's kind of like this, like it's kind of this is gonna be.
Oh, is this getting juicy?
Say it. I think the way that the Assetto cars were set up initially for drifting set the people who learn how to drift in Assetto to like a very loose like feeling car, like low front grip, low rear grip, because like a lot of the like drift cars that they had in Assetto, all the mods and stuff for a long time were very much set up that way.
It's interesting.
And
so in real life, it's not like that.
You want, to be able to do like fast transitions and backwards entries, but you want a lot of rear grip. And so like, as you learn, I think the issue is because it was that way for so long, a lot of the people that got really good on Assetto and have played Assetto forever, they think that's how it should be. And so now we're kind of in this weird like situation where I'm not going to name any names, but like, so Julian was telling me that some dude DM'd him and he was playing like one of the car packs that we like because it feels grippy and it feels kind of like how our cars are set up. And he posted like a clip of him driving and some kid DM'd him and it was like, "Hey man, like those cars suck." It's like,
so now you've got those that have never done it in real life telling those that have done it in real life that they're doing it wrong,
which is mind-blowing to me.
Wow, that's quite the, I guess, conundrum.
That's like if someone who only had ever played Gran Turismo told you that you're they like or not even Gran Turismo, maybe like iRacing, someone's like, "Oh, your setup's all wrong," and you're just like, but
yeah, I would say more like on the GT side. Like iRacing's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's weird to have like
iRacing's not a good example.
A digital, person be like, yeah, your real life analog setup is not right. Yeah, that'd be strange.
Yeah, and then like the dude kind of like was like, "I respect you, but like you're wrong," and Johnny's like, "What?" Like he's like, "I don't know, I like these cars. Like, why does this matter?" Like, why?
Yeah, people go about shit the wrong way a lot too. That's just not needed. That's a whole nother pod.
That story, I don't know. That story like bothered me on like a deep level because it's like,
because you're putting in the time in real life, and again, experiences. You're experiencing it for real.
Yeah.
And who's gonna say that that's wrong? Like somebody that's never driven a drift. I mean, I've never driven a drift car. I've never tried to drift. I think
you should. You can drive mine anytime.
Maybe we need to do that. We need to swap cars for a day. That'd be cool. Yeah. Come up to like Thunder Hill or something, or Sonoma would be tight. But yeah, it'd be cool to do that. Like swap seats and see, because I've never experienced it. Like I know it's gonna all the everything I've known and have been taught and learned is going to go out the window because it's the opposite. But I don't know how I'd feel about somebody who's never done it in real life that would have such a strong opinion about it. Like, that's kind of strange.
I mean, maybe they do have done it in real life, but it's like, you know, you kind of gotta respect.
I mean, that'd be like me telling, like, yo, like, hey, Lewis, like, you brake like a bitch. First off, he's never gonna see it.
Yeah.
Secondly, like, who am I to argue with a 8-time F1 world champion? Like,
Yeah.
who am I?
Yeah. The Seto world is, yeah, it's challenging as somebody who has like dedicated their life to drifting pretty much. Like I can say that at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I can say the same thing with car, like with grip driving. Like, I wanted an S14 for a really long time, and like when Sally had hers, I was super jealous.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? If I want to be the best grip driver that I can be,
Yeah.
I can't have any distractions.
Right.
I mean, and even she came to that realization. You know,
Oh,
she sold the S14.
Yeah.
She sold the VA STI,
Yeah.
and it's like, we're going pro racing. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
And it shows her efforts. When you focus that hard on something, you get the results you want.
That's why.
You know?
That's why I sold my GS. I was like, I love this car, but I'm spending too much time thinking about working on it, and like what I'm gonna do to it next, make it look cool. And it's like, I can't have this distraction like all and I gotta be careful when I say this because I'm looking around and there's like 10 cars in front of me.
It's
But
a used car lot here. No shame.
I often go like, I should get a practice car. I should get this car. Like, and I'm like, if I have another car, like it's gonna pull focus from the main car, and I don't really have a situation where I can just have them hanging out. So like one needs to be a street car, and so like I've made the decision to just focus on one car and try and make that car as reliable and as good to drive as possible, instead of complicating things by bringing another car into the mix and then this one needs this and this one needs that.
And then your driveway looks like mine.
No,
No, I get you, because it's the same thing.
It doesn't work for everybody, but
no. Sometimes variety is the spice of life in a way, but also, focusing on something allows you to give at least your full attention to it. Like, a lot of what
come take advantage of having friends like us, where you can just drive our drift cars and like figure it out, and then like if it helps you in your quest for speed and time, like, then awesome. And if you're like, this didn't do anything, you're out of it, like just coming to hang out. I
mean, most building cars, and I think you can be, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, most of the time building cars is about compromise. A lot of the time you're compromising what you really want for something that scratches the itch in the meantime. And a lot of people that build cars now, I don't want the real wheel, I don't want the real body kit, I don't want the real this, I'll get this because it does the job. I would rather drive the car stock. Like, knowing, like, going through it and buying stuff twice and 3 times and sometimes 4 times because you didn't get it right the first 3.
Yeah.
I'd rather just buy once and cry once and be done with it. Because it's what you want. It's really, why go from point A to point B, or why not go from point A to point B instead of going from point A to B to C to D to get back? Like, just go straight there.
You're telling the tale of my fuel slosh issue, where I was like,
the fuel cell.
Just get a surge tank.
Yeah, or just a surge tank. Like, oh well, the cell might be tricky, but you just at least get the surge tank.
Yeah.
Do you have a surge tank already?
I don't.
I will yank the one out of my WX. You can have it. It needs to be cleaned up. It's a radium multi-pump. It's a double pump radium, but you can have it. It's got old Ignite in it, so it's probably fine.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, there you go.
He can't go back on
Palmer's got a surge tank. Boom. No more fuel slosh excuses. You know, dude,
Sounds like I'm buying dinner.
You don't even gotta buy me dinner. You bought dinner last night.
No, we're
bet. So I used to run that car. I'd go out with the fuel light on for a time attack lap.
Really?
Yeah, I'd go out with like less than 2 gallons in the car because it's 8 pounds per gallon of fuel. And why would I run over 100 pounds of fuel in the car when I can run 16?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would literally run that thing. I'd go out, I'd do 2 laps, bang it out, boom, done. Like,
yeah, well, when I do my new turbo, I'm actually really nervous because like it's hit or miss.
Yeah,
it depends on the course.
That guy's cool. He always comes by and says what's up. Loves the cars.
Nice.
He's a super cool dude. He's got a Subaru too, like it's the regular Impreza.
Your neighborhood is like neighborhood goals.
Dude, when we moved here, like when we were looking, we looked at a bunch of houses, and like when we pulled on the street, I was like, Chief, like this is it right here. And dude, it's nice, man. Like it's quiet, it's cool. Most of the people are tight. They all thought we were gonna be problem neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, obviously a lot of fucking cars, trucks, trailers.
So you're telling me you're not problem neighbors?
No, we're not. They all love us. Like, you guys are so quiet. Yeah, like, yeah, we're not working on stuff till like 11:30 at night. Like, if we
Yeah.
do, we try to close the garage door and
Yeah.
not use impact guns. Like, again, we're just trying to be respectful, be observant. You know, things that people should do in their real life. Be respectful.
Goes a long way.
It does. It really does.
I've definitely made a lot of not friends with neighbors in my past, in my youth.
I mean, trust me, like, I wanted to drive Sally's S14 and just rip a huge fucking burnout in front of the house one day. And I was like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Or like have somebody like a Jay-Z come do one and be sick. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
That's bad juju. That's bad neighbor juju.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Sally just slams the jack into my car. Tight.
My bad.
That wasn't the first
okay.
time.
Yeah, I heard the first two. I just didn't pay attention to it.
Mama got like 3 feet to work in.
The struggle of, again, we need to build a garage next year. That's one of our goals, is to have a garage in the
I mean, you
backyard.
guys are doing so much.
I wish you were lying, but you're not. It's busy, man.
Every time I've come to Arizona, I come to hang out with them, which has been a quantity of 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I think it's the second or third time you've been out here.
And every time I come over, they're in the middle of a project on one of the cars.
Yeah, we're doing something. I mean, again, like, it's motorsports.
More cars in the back.
Yeah, there's I heard old GD chassis in the backyard. The 10th gen race car, the HPD SI, is in the back. Like, we got the 2 trailers in the back. Yeah, it's always something. I mean, it keeps us busy.
What you don't know is this is like a 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom,
2-bedroom.
2-bedroom house.
Yeah,
And
1,100 square foot house, 1198, 1,200, whatever.
Yeah, we're not talking mansion status. Like when they say car in the back, they mean the backyard.
Yeah, like nothing fancy. Yeah, we got 2 corgis. Life's good, man. Could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a good level. Like I don't know. I'm kind of.
I'd be lying if I say sometimes we don't want a bigger, newer house.
Yeah.
But that also comes with bigger, newer mortgage. And
Yeah.
the mortgage is affordable. The area is cool. It's no HOA,
you
which,
yeah.
yo, if you're a car person, no HOA is the best thing ever. Especially when you have like broken down cars in the driveway like we do.
Because
But
you can build. Yeah, you have a.
I've got my Stance 05 RS Impreza, which looks really nice as it sits there. I got
with no front bumper.
with no front bumper. I got the LS 430 as the daily, which that's really hard not to modify, as you know. Like, I
Yeah.
want to do like OEM Celsior kit and
Yeah.
wheels and air ride and the whole deal. I got my WRX. We've got the FA5. We've got the EK. We've got the AP1. We've got the Wreck GD in the back. We got the 10 Gen SI. We got 2 trailers and the Cummins, which is at my brother's house for the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a problem. We definitely have a problem. But again, the truck and trailer is key. Like,
Yeah.
the one trailer we have is my neighbor's, who was my old shop foreman at my last
I think
Subaru
the
dealer.
only person. Actually, I have most of my. This is gonna sound really weird. Most of my close friends have similar amounts of cars.
That's
And-
because, yeah. That's because that's why we all get along.
Yeah,
Because we're all hooked on it.
Julian,
Simple.
Alex and Sherry.
Dude, I was bummed that we came to the animal style kingdom when it was dark, because I've heard stories about down the hill. It's just like a graveyard of
Of
fenders and doors and,
fenders.
and fiberglass and Origin parts everywhere. Shout out Origin.
Dude, it's an Origin graveyard
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, like what Julian set up is tight. Like, having a shop space like that, dude, it just makes your life so much easier. Like, at least I want to get at least like 1 or 2 lifts. That way,
Yeah.
like, the cars can just live on them.
They have a rodent problem right now. It's like getting into all the cars.
Yeah, see,
And
that's
so like they'll go in to like move a car and it just won't start, and they're like,
Yeah, dude, I saw Phoebe's story the other day. She's like, I can't find this rat. And she opens the trunk and is looking through, like, it's on the back parcel tray, and it's just this flattened,
And
like,
that's in her
shell.
daily.
Oh, that's disgusting,
oh
bro.
my god.
That's why I'm glad I live in the desert. Like, the sun's really brutal on cars, which is why we got a lot of car covers and stuff like that. But yeah, glad we are where we are. Damn, we might need more of those. They're good, huh?
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Wait, I just realized. Oh,
No, have at it.
okay.
We can throw the Rocky Mountains in there next. Mountains will be blue by the time we're ready.
We'll start with the good stuff and go to the. I need a sponsorship.
Just gotta find one of those up and coming.
I also don't know if I'm allowed to do this on YouTube because I feel like it might be promotional, but we'll find out when I get in trouble.
It's not a hashtag ad. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good, bro. Just enjoying. And well, they do the mukbangs with the Korean cats and just eat and drink.
Oh,
yeah, no big deal.
Would you ever do that?
Yeah, I'd do it.
I feel like you might. I feel like that might be a fucking. Cause you can eat, dude.
Yeah, this boy ain't skinny.
Dude,
Eating good.
yeah. I feel like you could. I feel like you could probably do pretty well with a mukbang.
It'd be cool.
Account.
It'd be fun. I don't. Dude, Sally's got a YouTube channel, and we tried to keep up on it, but it
So much
for every
work.
what do we say the formula was, Sally? For a X amount of editing for X amount of clip.
It was just stupid.
Speak up.
I don't know. You had to spend 6 hours in editing, and then you got 300 views. I was like, forget
Yeah. It felt like it was about for about a minute to a minute and a half clip. It felt like it was 45 minutes to an hour to edit it, and maybe we just weren't good at it. But not everybody's gonna be good at editing, and then it's the algorithm and the time, and people are like, yeah, you need to crank out more videos. It's like, dude, I got a full-time job. We both, okay, so for those that don't know, Sal and I both work at dealerships. I'm a parts manager for a Subaru dealership in Surprise on the west side of town, and Sally's a service advisor for a Ferrari Maserati dealership in North Scottsdale. So what that means is we work a shitload. I work 7 to 6 every week, and then every other Saturday 7 to 5. Sally works 7:30 to 6 Monday to Friday. So we go to work all the time. We come home, we do social media projects and work on cars, and then we try to get time off to go to race events and compete and be competitive and make it actually worth our time and money that we lose by not being at work at racing. So yeah, dude, it's we work too damn much, and we still try to make it work.
The social media thing is so much time too.
Dude, it is. Sally just hit 200,000 followers on Instagram today. That's insane. She's been working so hard at that.
Yeah.
And people get caught up in it, and it's just dude, if it weren't for that, we wouldn't have the opportunities we have to go racing and whatnot. And
that is the only reason you're doing it.
yeah, if it weren't for pro racing, I don't. Nobody. Yeah, we'd throw the phone. We go back to jitterbugs. Jitterbug would come on board.
Okay.
Sally's depth perception sucks, so maybe the jitterbug would be good. The big ass buttons.
I think Sally's depth perception is lack of depth perception helps her be past people.
You know what? I think sometimes it's what you can't see. That's why I like racing at night, because you just focus on what's in the headlights.
I've seen her pass, dude.
Yeah,
she passes she can't see where the car's at. She goes for the. Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Indianapolis was tight.
Yeah.
Indy was tight. She got aggressive at the end of the year. It's yo, let's learn some stuff. But yeah, we work full time. This isn't a it may look like it's all fun and games on social media for her, and sometimes when I post, it's not that fun.
No,
it's hard work.
Yeah,
just for you guys, people only see the successes. Rarely do you see the failures.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of failures. Engines, struggling to make it to events. I had the S2000. I was ready to go to a track day locally. I was super excited for it. Had some issues with the alignment. Had somebody align it. They made a mistake. I couldn't get the car aligned. I was like, well, that sucks. I spent X amount of money and bought tires and all this crap to go. And I'm like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, alignment is key for grip driving.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And I'm trying to have a somewhat smart setup on that car, because everybody says AP1s are super oversteery and they like to snap and this, that, whatever. And I'm like, maybe on stock suspension it reacts too slow, because I felt like I was driving a boat. Even in this small car, it was really big transitions, on throttle, off throttle. You could really feel the weight shift left to right. I didn't really have any mega countersteer moments. So I bought JRZ RS2s, the two-way but single sleeve There's not like external reservoir on them.
Right.
So I'm excited to go back out to the next event whenever that is. I think we're going to do Chuckwalla in February, which that's a really fun track if you've never been. They used to do drifting on it.
They don't do drifting.
Yeah.
That's why I've never been there.
Well, my buddy Joe Haven, Style King AZ, his badass S13, like one of the lowest cars I think I've ever seen. Like Joe used to chew up the apron, and they're like, no, and that's it. But
Really?
yeah, because they did acid it a couple of drift days, and watching his car go through the bowl down there, come like full lock, just flying, dude,
Yeah.
was sick. But yeah,
I-
that was kind of the reason why there's no drifting at Chuck anymore.
I remember seeing his car at All Star Bash. I don't
Yes.
remember what year it was. I think it was like 2012 or something, and I was just like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah, Joe keeps a super low profile.
Yeah, he's like
on-
barely on social media.
Yeah.
Used to be Joe has no Instagram.
Yeah, it used
Yeah,
to
he
be.
did.
It used
He
to be
made one.
hashtag Joe Haven doesn't have an Instagram, but he finally made one like 3 or 4 years ago. But
I
he just
haven't-
rebuilt it.
I haven't met him. Yeah.
Oh, dude, we'll see if we can get brunch tomorrow with them.
Mm.
Him and George Marstanovich,
Yeah.
G Marston.
They both said they'd do the podcast. I want to talk to him.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
totally. I'll make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make that happen. George has a badass FD he's been building in his garage.
Really?
Yeah, full Urus Magic kit. He wants OG Advan RG like 18x10 like GTR faced Advans. He did the
Ooh.
whole engine harness loom himself. He cut a bunch of whole crap out of it and like did it all in his garage. And like he's been learning how to weld. He got one of the new Koyo cores too. Shout out Koyo.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Did they help you guys out?
No, we didn't. We worked with CSF when we had the Subaru stuff,
Mm.
but then Sally's been on board with Ron Davis for a couple of years because they actually offer they produce the radiator in the Civic Si that she races. So we're like, hey, like we love your products here, like let's use them more places. So they actually make a radiator for the S2000 as well. So I'm thinking
you're
that
like-
might be the choice. Yeah, and they're local too. They're over in Glendale, kind of like close to your mom's house.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, their headquarters and production facilities over in Glendale.
I'll be
So
like, hey, what's up, guys?
yeah, they're
Shit.
they're super cool. They're super cool. But where are we going with that?
I don't know. Somewhere.
Radiators,
Um,
cars.
mm,
Oh yeah, so yeah, George and
Yeah.
George and Joe. Well, yeah, we'll get them on the pod. Yeah, they're super cool.
sweet.
Yeah, they're homies. I like what they. I mean, and Joe does all of it. Like Joe learned how to weld titanium, so he made it. Yeah, So like Stuart Lease spec down in Houston.
Yeah.
Shout out H-Town Stu.
Yeah.
So Stu's been like giving Joe some tips on how to do it, but he made his own exhaust, all titanium, and then he did
Crazy.
stainless blast pipes out the back. Dude, it looks so good. Yeah, Joe's like a very hands-on, like do-it-yourself type guy. So like he rebuilt the engine, did all of his paint and body work at home. Like, yeah, it's cool.
Which is legit because it.
Dude, he's working out of a garage like this, nothing special, no
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah.
Like I think he's rented time at a paint booth, but like he knows how to paint. He can fab. Like, yeah, it's impressive.
Those are the dudes that really, really.
They get it. And
they,
dude,
they just impress me, man. Like,
and
there's only like. Are you laughing, Sally?
Sally's talking shit.
Oh, she's looking at her phone. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was making fun of me for worshiping dudes.
Meeting those guys was getting to know those guys was really cool because like I respect what they do. And like Joe's got kids too, and like
Dang.
he ain't young.
It's
He
nice.
ain't old either.
Isn't
But
George like a school teacher?
no, Pat. That's Pat. That's the Canadian tuxedo.
Oh, the one with he has the
He
turbo
had-
Miata motor in his
He
FC.
he sold that car, but that
Okay.
that was his.
I always thought that was the coolest shit when he
Yeah.
like posted like drive the drift car to work day.
Yeah,
It's like
so-
a fucking elementary.
Yeah, so
school.
Pat's a school teacher. He'd actually be pretty good to have on too. Maybe I can get him. Maybe I can get. So they were Runaway Fun. It was
Yeah, I
it was
remember.
Mike Burns, DJ Lloyd who had the Drifteroo, Joe, Pat, and George was Runaway Fun.
What's the drifter? Is that the one with like? Is that the one I've seen? I'm sure I've seen it.
What?
The white one,
Which car?
the drifteroo.
Yeah, the white Blavai. Like my white car.
Yeah,
He scrapped that chassis, but his was the one that he had he was at Las Vegas Drift and he did like the front side, like you could see the whole rear end of the car up. My buddy Moto
I didn't
Lyric.
see that.
Okay, I'll have to show it to you. It looks like a front side like nose blunt slide, like off the apron, but like you can see the whole subframe, the rear end, the lateral links, the whole deal, like the whole car. You can see up under it, like it's like a total
Oh,
upskirt
no.
shot on the car. It's so funny. But yeah, all those dudes are all local here, and I know they're still like trying to build cars and whatnot. But like, yeah, like Joe just got his running.
That's
so
cool.
he's gonna start sliding it again, which is tight. Like same
Yeah,
thing.
I
They've been
love seeing the dudes come back.
yeah, like and George did FD back when it was attainable.
Yeah.
Like they loaded up Joe's 7.3 Ford and drove to Atlanta and did FD Atlanta, and he had the cool livery and did the whole deal. Like he's done competition and he just enjoys it for fun. Like
I think that's pretty common at this
yeah,
point.
it really is, because it's just the cost to compete is just it's too much, and he's got a wife and a couple of kids, and he lives not too far from here, so it's cool. He's close by, but yeah, the competition's fun, but it's not for everybody. You get to that point, it's like it's not worth it.
What do you see any parallels between time attack and drifting, or is
In terms of like competition,
I don't know, like the
I think I will say the cost to be competitive is about this. It's a lot of money. Like
Yeah.
time attack is not as high as I think as drifting is, because your consumables in drifting is a lot higher: fuel, tires, body parts. Like time attack, you got to spend a lot. I think like the biggest thing for time attack right now to make it more like attainable for the average person is they need to introduce minimum weights for classing. Because like World Time Attack does that down in Australia, and that's like the FD of time attack, I guess you could say. And I think they
okay.
got that rule right, because like right now, you've got some cars that are kind of like ringer type cars that are smashing times, and it makes it hard. It is intimidating
I
for
feel
some
like
people.
you're just trying to subtly point out something.
Yeah, I mean, I think there needs to be changes. That's one of the things that I think should be changed.
Yeah.
It would make the playing field a little bit more level, and it would make the cost of entry, or like the ability to build a car, be a little bit more attainable for the average person. Because right now it's tough, and there was the NATA, North American Time Attack Association, was formed, and it was supposed to be like a ladder type program.
Right.
So like SCCA has their time attack stuff, and it was supposed to feed you to Grid Life, which has time attack, and then it can feed you to GTA. But the problem is it's now it's an arms race, is what we called it in street class. You got to spend a ton of money to be competitive.
You got to get a. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was gonna make a Tomei turbo joke because they're called arms.
Oh yeah, well they don't have a big rotated arms, but you get the big EFRs and the GTXs and guys on motorbikes in the hood. But nice. What is he doing? Yeah, do a wheelie.
It's like a elongated dirt bike.
It's like
it's an elongated
stretched bicycle
with
a motor.
Stretched mountain bike. It's like a stretched Huffy mountain bike.
He's in the Rough Riders, bro. He's got his vest on and everything.
Stop, drop,
open up shop. No, it's time attack and drifting are actually a lot more similar than I think people would think. At least on the competitive aspect. Like that track days in SoCal and even in NorCal, like you can do a track day any day of the week, almost at any track, because somebody's got the track rented. Like drifting, you can do drift days and rents. Like there's a lot more people that are looking to have fun than there are trying to be competitive. And I think that's a lot of it too. Like again, competition's not for everybody. I really enjoy it. I miss it, but I know it's not for every single person out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people want to have fun, but they don't want to spend the money, and they want to, again, people do. It's rewarding to win. It's rewarding to get a trophy, whether or not how big or insignificant it may be. Like people like that. And to do it at the high levels, it costs a lot of money, and the average person's not willing. And for some people, it's not wise. They might have a wife or a fiance. They might have kids. Like they might have things that can't get them to that point. So again, for Sally and I, like we got 2 dogs, a shitload of cars, and we're never going to have kids ever. Like I'm content with that, because I'd be a terrible parent. I'd be fucking horrible. And I don't even want to raise a kid in this. I'm not even going to go into that right now.
Yeah, we're not going down that road.
That's too much life. Too much life.
They're not ready for that game.
No, they ain't ready. But yes, they are similar. I think so.
I respect that. You know what you want.
Once you figure out what you want, it's way easier to get there.
Yeah.
But like again, it's trying the different cards. It's trying the things you like to do.
You also can't want too many things.
You do kind of need to. Yeah, like again, I really want to build the Lexus because it would look. I always loved VIP cars. Like There's some people I know that still do it, like Larry with Infamous in Atlanta, Infamous Society ATL. Like those guys build dope ass cars, like Endless Projects in NorCal. Like they have badass LS430s, like in VIP, like true VIP builds, like not just the guys that buy an LS and slam it and put wheels on it. Like talking interior and sound and paint, the whole deal. That stuff's super cool. But I'll admire it and I'll focus on the thing I want to do, and that's drive these cars fast.
Yeah.
Kind of fast. As fast as I can drive them.
That sounds like me and my Forerunner. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to like do wheeling stuff and like buy
Yeah.
all the wheeling. And like every time I'm just like, should I do it? I'm like, nah, go drifting.
Like if I had the financial means to do more stuff, sure.
Right.
But
you
I
have
also
to pick. You have to pick
yeah,
and choose.
you really do. Like, and the same thing, like your career, like you have some flexibility. So if you want to go to do your drift stuff, you can, and that's what takes up your time and your focus. Like, would it be cool to take that time off and go like overlanding and camping? Yeah, tight. But drifting is what you're really passionate
You
about.
can only have so many weekends where you're doing stuff.
Bingo.
Yeah, like right now I'm at the point where like my weekends fill up like 2 months in advance, and I literally just go, this is a drift event, like this is off limits.
Well, yeah, like what we talked about last night. Like you wanted to go drifting, but like you and Shelmy were like, we want to go to this music festival. Sometimes
Yeah, you gotta keep your partner happy too, man.
Yeah, like luck. I'm
if
very
you
lucky.
1000% just go, I'm only gonna do this for me. I'm only gonna do this for me. Like that, you're gonna lead. It's a dangerous road. We'll just say that.
Incoming sappiness. Like I'm very thankful that my girlfriend of 8 years is into the exact same shit that I am. Like cars and going fast and fucking winning and good food and good drinks and ice cream and dogs.
And corgis, yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna slip that in there, but you got it.
Yeah, like I'm very thankful for that because there's a lot of people who gotta hide their purchases from their significant other, and like I cannot imagine being like that.
I can't either.
Like,
no, I made it very apparent. Like this is it. Like I'm going to do this forever.
Yeah.
So like, we've.
I mean, I remember you were stressed out on your Japan trip.
Yeah.
Like your first time you guys went was fucking hella stressful, but like. Shelmy likes to travel. You like to drift. Like you guys made it both work on that trip. Like sometimes it's about that.
For the most part.
Yeah.
There was definitely some moments where it was like,
you know how many times Sally's
why'd you come with me?
You know how many times she's yelled at me about like we need to take photos tonight. I don't want to do this shit. Like we come straight off of work, we're jumping into it, but it's like at the end of the day, she supports me and my decisions, whether they're good or bad.
Right.
And I gotta support her in her decisions. Like I hope the mic didn't pick that up.
Might have.
But
probably not.
Good. But no, but like it's just I don't want to give out secrets yet. Because we got that road, this path is a long path.
You have to drop it on him when it's done. You're working he's working on you're working on a masterpiece.
I want to be like,
you can't just tell everybody the art you're gonna do before you drop it.
It's like all the dudes that do SEMA builds and then they go like the reveal is at SEMA. It's like, bro, I've been watching the build for the last like 6 weeks. You've been posting every day. What? How is this a reveal? You've been revealing it every day.
You revealed it 2 months ago.
And you still didn't put a fucking drive shaft in it. Like, what are you doing? Oh God, SEMA. What a tangent.
You know, I look at SEMA builds and I'm like, how do people get the opportunity to do this? Like, do they just like know the right people? Like how?
I don't.
Because I'm like, fuck, man. I feel like me and my friends and you and we could all do a pretty cool SEMA build, like given the opportunity.
Yeah, but do we want to? Because all I see is people crunching, like finishing shit in like the 23rd hour of the day. Like,
yeah.
I'm already.
They had a lot of time this year.
Yeah, and there were still people doing it, bro. Like we put cars together last minute. I don't know about you guys, but like we're professionals at last minute shit. You know how many times I've been loading this trailer?
What do you mean? I don't know about you guys, dude. Are you talking to the last minute fucking banditos, dude?
Yeah, like you guys. Yeah, like we're loading the car at 3 a.m. and we need to leave at 5. I'm like, this is stupid. It's like, why do we do this again?
You're literally describing Julian.
I'm also adding at myself, like at Sally, Team Sally Racing. Like it's all of us are all guilty of it. Like
you only have so much time.
Right, you do.
You got limited resources. You can't just like pay somebody. And honestly, like I think I've gotten to a point where I would rather be responsible for making it or not making it. I don't want to put it in the hands of somebody else.
See, that's my whole thing with sponsorships. Why, like, I'm like not really hesitating, but I'm not like also jumping full on into it to try to like get my name back out there
Yeah.
because sponsors want return on investment or ROI for those that don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And deliverables. Those
That's
are
like
things
when
that
that's like when your stonks go to the moon, you know?
yeah, that's like GME buy calls short the we're apes. Ain't no paper handed bitches in here, diamond hands forever, boy. That was too good to not do it. But sponsors want deliverables. They want return on investment. Like they want stuff by a certain date. And if you're on a long term project, you can't. And I don't want to commit to that. I want to have a very nice, well polished product when it's done and ready to be shown. But until then, I can't guarantee how long that's going to take because I'm trying to do it myself.
I'm with you.
In life, life gets in the way, work gets in the way, family stuff gets in the way. Like our friends and parents and whatnot ain't getting older. Like sometimes you got to make time for that stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I'm down here visiting my mom.
Yeah, and it's tight.
I'm making time to hang out with you guys because I like you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the same thing. Like we hang out with our friends because not every day is granted. Like tomorrow, tomorrow's a new day, and it's not going to be for some people. Like I've had a really different perspective on things the last couple of years, like with friends passing and like friends' parents passing and people I grew up with. It's like,
time is limited.
It is, and sometimes we ain't getting younger. Like we need to take care of ourselves. Like I got friends that are our age that have had heart attacks and shit. I'm like, what? Like, bro, we're in our 30s. Like, shouldn't be like that.
No.
So maybe I need to do less like double doubles and more double bicycling and stuff like that.
The dinner we had yesterday is definitely...
Oh, that was fire. So good. Yeah. Sally planned my birthday dinner this year. And it's someplace super cool. I've got no idea where we're going.
We're literally going to tear all this down and go pretty much right after it.
Yeah. Once this pod is done, it's going to be quick rinse and we out. So I'm excited, but
Sally will finish her damn coilovers.
Yeah, hurry up. Again, that's what happens. People with the wrong size bolts and the wrong size holes. Morons.
Yeah.
And then Lucy's all pissed off.
Yeah.
You hear the dog barking. Oh, yeah, a little bit. It's cool because like the green like lights up a touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out Lucky of Good Luck League.
Yeah, yo, Lucky.
Yeah, she is. She is doing everything without an impact.
Yeah, she is using hand
for
tools.
us. Yeah.
She's being very respectful. We appreciate that.
Yeah, you were being so respectful with the hammer earlier.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's why I can't. Oh, I don't know.
But that's what's fun. Like,
yeah,
that's a I'm not sitting in my game room in my sim like with a webcam like.
Yeah,
off the
fun.
Cuff. Yeah, it's tight. Like I enjoy it. It's November in Phoenix.
If you bought merch, you paid for me to come to their house and do this and have all this stuff to do it in person with them. So,
dude,
thank you.
It's November in Phoenix and it's 75 degrees outside.
Yeah, if you're in Chicago, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, if you're on the East Coast.
If you're in Canada, I'm
yikes.
even more sorry.
Yeah, be strong. Sorry, bro. This is really where it's at. This is really where it be.
Be Strong's literally in a piece of mining equipment in like northern Canada at negative 40 degrees right now.
Fuck that. I mean, that's cool, but that ain't me.
Mm-mm.
Dude,
there's his car collection though. He's doing. I think I'm happy for the man.
Yeah, he's got some cool shit, man. That Nova's tight. Oh, that thing's sick.
Him getting that, I was like, do I want a muscle car? Like, do I want an American?
Dude, Sally wants to build a Nova at some point in her life.
Shelby's into muscle cars.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's into Land Rover Discoveries and muscle cars, and I'm like,
damn, bro. So when are you guys buying a house out here? You need space. We got it.
We need space, and we also need a very low monthly payment because the stuff that she likes, of course, is literally the most expensive thing to get into on the planet.
She might as well just get a G-Wagon. That'd be tight too.
She wants a G-Wagon.
Sick. Dude, Shelby's tight, man. She's chill. Yeah, she gets it. She gets it.
She better kill it in the work game because I ain't buying it. I got my own cars to buy.
We say this as she's halfway across the world right now, literally.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah, she's Spocken the Deutsch.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
She's playing King's Cup in the Netherlands in Amsterdam right now.
That definitely doesn't suck.
Yeah.
I mean, 75 and sunny don't suck either, but
No, this is great.
yeah, it's tight,
In the driveway.
dude.
This is the first podcast I've done in a driveway.
Yeah,
Sitting on wheel boxes.
yeah. Some 57 CR, 15 by 8 plus 35, 4 by 100.
Those won't fit on my car.
Nah, not enough lugs.
No.
The BBSs do look good though.
Yeah. The free,
I mean, you
free BSs.
Yeah, free BSs, and you got the top down in
Yeah.
November.
I know.
Let's repeat that for those on the East Coast. The top down in November.
I drove home at 1 a.m. with the top down yesterday.
Dude, yeah.
In November.
Yeah.
But I did put another jacket on.
It's all right. There's no snow on the ground. What's there to complain about? The snowbirds.
What are snowbirds?
Oh, you don't know what snowbirds are? It's all the people that live here they come in like October and they leave in like April. Yeah, those are snowbirds. Canadians, a lot of people, tons of people from Chicago.
Yeah.
Like tons of people from Chicago.
Have you
East
been to
Coast.
Chicago during the winter?
Nah.
I
got no plans either.
I went there for work and I
Gross.
I wore every article of clothing that I brought in my bag every single day to walk to the
So
place.
like I need my bench coat on top of all my other stuff.
Yeah.
Like it'd be tight to go. Like it'd be fun to chop up like Simba and Chab and Josh, all the risky guys, like and Ilya, because he works at that Korean restaurant, so like that means good eats.
Yeah.
But like Chicago would be tight, but I just don't do snow.
Yeah.
I can't.
You gotta go summertime shy.
Yeah. Well,
There's a song about it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, we've flown into ORD so many times this year. Just because like connecting to all the different, like we go to Road America, which is up in Wisconsin, so it's easier to fly into ORD and drive up, or like we'll connect there to go any of the East Coast tracks too. So yeah, we've been there a lot. Yeah, Sushi San in Chicago. Oh my god, dude, it's so good, so good.
We gotta get you guys out there with those dudes.
I would love to check out. I'd love to go up to Shawano and check out the weirdness that is U.S. Air. It'd be fun. I'd love to go check
hit up the Colt Town.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, like we've been close. Like Road America's up there in Elkhart.
Do you think I'll start getting discounts on my hotel or Airbnb if I join the Colt? Like, how do you got to buy in? How's it work? I'm really curious. I gotta ask Simba. He knows more.
I don't know. I'm in a big city. It's like the opposite of what we do down here. I don't know if there's like a corporate code or what.
You'd be like, I'm in the Colt, and they're like, oh, 50% off. You're like
this way.
That's all I needed to say the whole time.
Yeah,
it.
It'd be fun to check it out. Like again, I enjoy it. Like I might not be good at drifting. I've never done it, but like it's cool. I enjoy it. It's fun to see people progress and get better at stuff. Like,
I mean, if you can be fast, I feel like there's a lot of things that translate, but some things that don't. Like one thing that I've noticed is a lot of the people who do road racing and then they go to drifting, the hardest part for them is learning to let go of the steering wheel.
Dude, I'd be terrible at that. Absolutely terrible.
And so like,
or is it driving with your feet?
What, driving with the throttle?
No, just like I guess all the foot movement, or maybe it's the hand. I don't know. I've never tried. I feel like it's something I couldn't keep up with. Maybe it's steering the car with your feet, like using the throttle and brake to help point it. I don't know.
Yeah.
My goal would be to obviously not use handbrake. Sorry to all those who use the handbrake a lot, but like that's just like okay, Milky Diamonds. What that cat like watching like after the pod with him, dude. Like I really enjoy watching that guy drive. Like it's cool to see like minimal handbrake and flow and use throttle and you know obviously
and he's explaining it.
He is, and the tracks there obviously help for it too. But like it's flowy, it's cool to see like a bunch of throttle modulation.
He's getting good, man.
Dude. It's
since
impressive.
the podcast I've been watching.
He'd probably be fast in a grip car. I think he'd be fast in a grip car.
Sure.
That'd be a cool thing, like a Goodest like grip drift matchup, like swap some like Sally and I can come drive some people's cars and we can take turns. That'd be
well,
like a Goodest,
Julian
a Goodest Invitational.
Oh God,
are we scheming?
You heard it here first.
Damn, that we might. I got my passport.
Fuck. Yeah,
bro. How sick?
We'll do it eventually.
How sick would that be?
That'd be cool.
That'd be tight.
That'd be cool,
dude. Scuba circuit is a goal of mine. Fisco, Fuji, a goal of mine. Suzuka, goal of mine. I'd love to go there.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like, I want to go down under. I'd like to compete in World Time Attack with a car that I'm building at some point. That's the goal for me at some point down the line. Dude, Australia would be sick as hey.
Oh.
Bro, I got the lingo.
Yeah.
I'm keen, bro. I'm keen as. Keen as, mate.
I think you'd fit in great.
Dude, it'd be fun. We can go to Macca's.
Dude, they like to have a good time. You like to have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you'd be unpopular there.
Dude,
I'll just say that.
Yeah. Dude, it'd be a lot of fun. Just got to find time to do it.
Do you know anyone out there from Time Attack?
So my boy Damien, he's got a Subaru. He's out there. I know Jackie from J-Tune down in Auckland. He's a good mate of mine. He came up for GTA finals like 2 years ago. Those are really like, and then obviously like the guys just we know through social media, like JDM Yard, Jonas, and Adam Kazmiri, the driver for their car. I mean, there's a bunch of guys I follow, like Ian Baker, obviously with World Time Attack. Yeah, it'd be cool to go down there and do the thing.
Be cool to just go hang out.
I want to go. Like
It's just time.
It
Like
is.
You were telling me yesterday, like you get 10 days off a year. That's it.
Yeah.
No argument.
Nope.
And you're still and that's why you have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
Like the
again, choices.
The compromises that we make
to make it happen.
Yeah.
Like, dude's like.
And now you're all in helping Sally. So like your 10 days a year
is usually going to SRO events.
Right.
So it's all right. I enjoy it. Don't be sorry. It's fun. Like we take a lot of red eye flights, and like a lot of the teams get there like on Wednesday, but we're usually flying out like Thursday night, so we can get there Friday morning to do practice one. We don't get to ever do the track walks on Thursday because most people get there Thursday.
Well, tell me about the year. I remember you telling me about the year where you were having to trade off who tows the car out.
So 2019 was that Sally, was that 19 or 20? 19. I can't remember. We were working on like staging the cars places. So like we would, house it. What's up? Yeah.
Wasn't there like one event that Sally literally towed her car there and was her own pit crew?
This year. That was this year. So this was this SRO season opener for this year. So it was at Sonoma.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we big dumb. So we this is the first event of the year, so all the cars have to go through scrutineering and all that.
We're talking about like
professional racing.
People showing up with like full on stacker,
like 53-foot featherlight trailers with tractors and like 25-foot pop out awnings and teams and fuel tank jugs and all the whole deal. And Sally's towing.
Sally showed up like a fucking drifter.
So Sally shows up like a drifter Thursday night. She gets off work at like 4, drives straight to Sonoma. So like 12 hours because you got to do 55 in California when they're looking, when you're towing a trailer. So she's got the truck loaded up.
I'm left lane 75.
I'm usually just pacing semis. I think that's the big thing.
That's pace semis because they know.
Yeah,
they're talking to each other.
Yeah, I really want to get a CB radio.
Goodest tip.
Goodest tip too.
Always watch the tractor trailers on the highway. If they're booking, you can book.
Yeah.
If they're going slow, they know something that you don't.
Yep. That's a good one too because a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
But she leaves Phoenix. It's like Thursday night, like 4. She gets to Sonoma like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. It's cold. She has nowhere where to go. Luckily finds her spot. So we've got our 20-foot bumper pull trailer with the Civic on it and my 1-ton single rear wheel Cummins pickup stacked between LA Honda World's 53-foot fully wrapped featherlight trailer. And I don't even remember who was on the other side of us, but it's just like stacker, pickup, stacker. And we're in this paddock with these professional race teams and we're here in this 1-ton truck. So I couldn't get there till like Friday afternoon or something. So she had to get the car off the trailer. She had to go through the first tech session of the year, which is where they literally go through everything. I mean, they put the car up on a hoist, inspect everything. And surprisingly, because of all the prep work we put in before, she passed with flying colors. A bunch of teams, these are real race teams, had to go get stuff fixed. They had to re-prepare the cars.
Fuck yeah, flex on them, Sally.
Yeah. Like, she goes through and passes, like, first shot. Yeah, like the car was too high. Like we weren't at our minimum ride heights, but it was no big deal. So she went back and lowered the car, got it to the minimum ride heights, goes out and does practice 1 all by herself. Our mechanic that we had hired on at the time wasn't there yet. I wasn't there yet. She just practiced one, and like the
And,
guy.
to drifters, they think like,
This is
show up to the event, and do it
this,
all myself.
like no big deal.
That's
Like
like
a
showing up to
grassroots event.
That's like showing up to Formula Drift alone.
Yeah, with nobody.
Yeah.
So she goes through practice one, goes fine. The teams are going like, wait, where's Sally? Where is everybody? Oh, and Markos is at work, and the mechanic is actually probably boarding the plane right now. So you did the solo? Yeah.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Like, are you crazy? She's like, yeah, I really want to make this work. So we fly in Friday night, get the car set up, go through it all, do the race. Did all right for considering it's our own. This was just by ourselves. We had no team to support us.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, cool. Sunday morning, race is over. Load the truck and trailer up. She jumps on a plane and flies back. I got to book it from Sonoma to Phoenix. I got to go to work on Monday. So I jump in. Yeah, that sucked. So I get home at like 3 a.m, unload the truck, get like 2 hours of sleep, and I'm back to work. And then
do an 11-hour day.
Yeah, and they do 11-hour day. Dude, it sucked. And then, so Coda was race 2. This was like April. So Sally had a friend, Chris Taylor. So Chris is a cool cat. Shout out to him. He's got his whole shop and everything is like literally down the street from Coda. It's like a quarter of a mile. He's like, hey, like come out.
Like 2 weeks before.
This is like 2 weeks before the event. He's like, hey, come out. You know, you can. He's got B-spec cars for SCCA. So it's like a Mazda 2 race car. So fully caged, like super slow. He's like, come out and do a test day. He's like, you can stage the truck and trailer out here. All right, cool. So Sally drives out to Austin solo. So that's a 15-hour tow. Gets to Chris's, and luckily he's letting us store.
She's doing straight shots.
Yes. Did you have one stop or no? You went straight. I think she stopped for diesel at Buc-ee's because that's what we do. We get gas in Buc-ee's when we go to Texas, which is the greatest truck stop gas station. That's not really a truck stop; it's a gas station. Greatest gas station on earth. If you ever go, you got to go to fucking Buc-ee's. It's legit.
You heard it here first.
They got
and
cheap,
probably somewhere else.
They got cheap diesel, super cheap diesel, and like the entire store, everything's like faced. If you work in retail, you got to face everything.
Oh yeah,
the entire store is
favorite part of the job.
It's faced perfectly. Like if you grab like a thing of jerky, by the time you go to the bathroom and come back, which mind you, the bathrooms, there's like 70 urinals. They're all spotless. Bro, like the place is so clean. By the time you come back, your jerky's already been refaced. It's nuts. Yeah, if you're ever in Texas or like the South, you gotta go to Buc-ee's. Legitimately good. So she gets to Austin, stages the car, does the track day. Cool. Yeah, she slept at the track because they got showers. Yeah, made it work.
Yeah.
So then she jumps on a plane, flies back. We fly out the next weekend for the race. It's pissing down rain the whole weekend. And like the lead up to the event, we talked to Victor Gonzalez Jr., VGMC Racing. He's like, hey, we saw you. You're like us. When we first met Victor, it was 2019. He was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He had a truck. He rented his brother's gooseneck trailer, and they towed the Civic all around the country. I think he said he drove 44,000 miles that first year towing the race events. This is just in a 1-ton mega cab Cummins dually.
Yeah, he was cool. I met him.
Yeah, we did IMSA. Yeah, we did IMSA with them in Laguna this year, which was tight.
Yeah.
And yeah, Victor's like, look, like you guys are just like us, right? They're a Puerto Rican team, based out of Florida, super cool cats. They're like, hey, we want you to come at least work under our tent this event.
PR race team.
Yeah, they're tight.
They're all about it though.
They are. Puerto Ricans love motorsport,
dude.
They're super passionate about it. They really love what they do. They love quarter mile, but they also love motorsport.
Yeah.
So it was great. We got to not have our little single dinky trailer truck and setup. We had a big stacker to park under. We got tools and stuff, and it was tight. And it rained like hell the whole weekend. It sucked. But Sunday morning, we get done with race 2, load the truck and trailer up. I got to get from Austin to Phoenix in one night because I got to be back at work on Monday. So I leave Austin at like noon.
This is what it takes.
It is. This is. We laugh now. I laugh now. God, that drive sucked. But like I laugh now, but we made it work, right?
Yeah.
So I jump in the truck and trailer, start westbound and down, just cranking out miles, trying to get to Phoenix. I think I got in at like, I left Austin at 11. You save 2 hours going back, so 12:1. It's about 13 hours. So I got back about 2:15 in the morning. Man, I was fucking beat. Like I stopped. Luckily, the truck with the single trailer gets good fuel economy. So I only really stopped like maybe twice or maybe 3 times total.
Yeah.
Because like West Texas.
That's a long haul.
Yeah,
though.
dude, West Texas sucks. this is nothing. And then you get to El Paso, and it's just like nothing through New Mexico, and then you're like Tucson. All right, cool, we're almost home. But yeah, like that's the kind of dedication and sometimes stupidity it takes. Like in 2020, we drove from Atlanta to Phoenix in one shot, just rolling. Her and I just rolling drivers coming back.
That's
We
crazy.
had both the Subarus on the. This was with the 40-foot trailer, the gooseneck. So we're just, we'd stop, swap drivers, and keep going. We would just literally swap seats the whole time. It was like 28 hours, and we made it home. And I was like, dude, we were hallucinating the last 3 hours. Dude, it was so bad because we had to sleep.
There, man.
Yeah, you've done it.
I've been
like
there.
You said, you had to stop coming back from last time you guys went up Northwest. Like you had to stop at the truck stop and sleep.
Yeah,
because it hurt. Like you're so tired.
One time I was an hour from home.
Yeah.
And I knew if I kept going, like I was gonna lose. I was gonna pass out. So I like stopped. I can't remember where I stopped, but I just like got out of the truck and just like walked around for like 30 minutes, like get some blood.
Yeah,
flowing,
like do some jumping jacks, like
and
stretch
just,
out,
like
chug an orange juice,
try and fight somebody at the gas station, get some
Yeah.
adrenaline. And then
Yeah,
just,
like
go home.
dude, it's hard, man. And that's the stuff that people don't see. Like
No.
again, we're dedicated to it. We love it. But
Yeah.
it's the sacrifice. It's stuff like that. Like, is it fun? No, of course not.
That part isn't.
No, but it's cool to talk about it now. Reflect, like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Like, my highlight for me was Atlanta to Phoenix in a day and a half solo. I made it from Atlanta to I made it to Abilene. That's like that. Abilene's like 3 hours west of Dallas.
It sounds like your trailer bearings hated you after that.
Oh man, let's not even talk about that. Going to Atlanta, this was before we staged it coming back. We went out to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And we left El Paso, and if you've ever towed out of El Paso, there's literally nothing till Dallas. Like there's a couple of small towns. Had a weird like ABS light thing. Yeah, it's strange. And you going through, like, you leave El Paso and you crawl down close to the border and you climb up the Sierra Blanca mountains, and then there's like a border checkpoint, and we like come into a stop at this border checkpoint. I'm like, man, like sounds like I got a wheel bearing going bad. And sure enough, like, dude, the right front wheel bearing was toast. And like we stopped
on the rig
on the tow truck, and luckily it's a 2-wheel drive, and we're sitting there like, I've never done one before. We stop in the small town. I'm like trying to get estimates to get a tow truck because I got the 40-foot trailer. Like, oh yeah, we won't tow you because your gross is too high. Because like my combo gross is like 21,000 pounds or 20,000 pounds total. Like, yeah, we won't tow you. We need like a specialized big rig tower. We're not going to do that. I was like, okay. It's like, well, like Pecos is like the next closest town. Like they got a Napa. Like, let's see if they got a wheel bearing. Like, yeah, they got a wheel bearing. All right, cool. Well, let's limp it to Pecos. So we're doing 40 miles an hour on I-10 east, trying to get to Pecos. So it took like 3 hours. We get to Pecos. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, thank God for YouTube, like how to change a wheel bearing on a 2-wheel drive Cummins. Luckily, it's 4 bolts because it's an assembly, right?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. Pull into this Napa parking lot. Literally just pull into Napa, throw the parking brake on, run inside. I'm like, all right, cool. I need a 13 mil. I need this. I bought a floor jack. I still have it to this day. Like, all right, let's change this fucking wheel bearing in the parking lot. So they only had one. I changed the right front. Dude, it was destroyed. Like, it was really bad. I'm lucky we didn't have any bigger problems going. Do a wheel bearing in a parking lot. I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
I mean, doing a wheel bearing in a parking lot is not uncommon for San Francisco. I'll just say that.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Well, because none of us have
Oh,
parking.
yeah, you don't have.
So like you
yeah,
go to O'Reilly's, Napa, any of that stuff, like
yeah.
there is always guaranteed there's somebody doing an elaborate job in the parking lot.
Okay, that Phoenix has a little bit more spaced out, so I guess I don't see that here.
Really entertaining. You're like, is that guy doing like?
You're like, bro, is he replacing an engine? That's wild.
Is he doing?
Bro, you hiring? You want a job?
Dude, is he doing valve cover gaskets in the parking lot?
Oh gosh.
And we're not talking about on a 4-cylinder. We're talking like
split split V8.
Yeah, I've seen it.
2 banks.
I've seen it.
Oh, that's nuts.
I saw some guy brought his own roller to
the creeper.
Yeah, to the AutoZone parking lot.
Oh man, that's dedicated. I mean, maybe that's smart planning. He values his back. I don't.
I respect that heavily.
He
didn't buy it there that day either. I'll tell you that much. The thing
came prepared.
think it's seen some.
Yeah, I guess
life.
I'm sure. Yeah, I guess with space
He got it at a
constraints.
garage sale for sure.
Yeah, with space constraints, I could see that happening. But yeah, I mean, we were lucky. So it's a Pecos. It's Napa and Pecos. Like it's a big ass lot.
Yeah.
So we swap it out. Cool. Like the next town, like 2 hours away, has got a wheel bearing. I'm hauling ass to try to get there to buy it. We get to Atlanta to the shop to stage the truck
you
and
needed
trailer.
another one.
I wanted to replace both of them.
Yeah.
That way, I knew, right?
Yeah.
I've already done the one. It wasn't difficult. I don't want to try to get stranded again.
Yeah.
We literally pull into this cul-de-sac at the shop in Atlanta, and I'm just like, the guys are making fun of me, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing a wheel bearing. Like, now? I'm like, yeah, it's 4 bolts and I'm done.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, like, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, change another wheel bearing in a fucking parking lot. Super simple. Now I'm great.
You're like, I have the tools.
Yeah, I'm like,
just did
I
it.
literally just bought the tools just to do this job. Like, we might as well just be prepared so we can, when we're ready to drive home, it's no dramas. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the kind of stuff. Like, and dude, that was such a stressful drive. Man, her and I got in so many arguments. Like, it was, I thought we were never gonna make it. And what was crazy was we left early.
She's laughing.
Yeah,
so-
she's laughing, which is good.
Because she knows. She
Like,
remembers.
we
she wouldn't have laughed if she didn't remember.
Hang on, was that the trip that the fan clutch took a shit too before we left town? It was. Oh man. So we didn't even okay. So this was like July, and it's hot. Obviously, it's Phoenix. It's hot out.
Yeah.
And before we even left town, the truck was running hot. Wouldn't get cool. I was like, damn, it's strange. Like the only thing it could be is a fan clutch, but I don't have the tool. My neighbor does.
Mm.
My old shop foreman does, and we're like down by Firebird on Chandler on the way out of town. And I'm like, you know what? I just need to fucking change this thing.
Yeah.
And the Napa down the street by my house had a fan clutch. So we
Come back.
turn around, come back. I literally pull the whole truck and trailer in my neighbor's driveway. The truck is hot as shit because we've been towing like an hour to get out of town. And we swapped this fucking fan clutch. He fucking burns the shit out of his hand. My hands are all cut up. Like, cool. We get back on the road. Truck's running cool as shit. I was like, thank God that was it. Tight. I'm like, great. This trip's going to be stressful. And then we had the wheel bearing deal, and I was like, then I was really, really irritated. And then we're doing the second one. I'm like, man, this is stupid. But the one thing we had in our back pocket, because we had to like fly out of Atlanta that next night.
Yeah.
We left early enough that we had plenty of time.
Was that the event that you put like?
Yeah, the VA had a failure at Atlanta. So we had the Civic out there, her race car Civic and the VA.
Yeah.
And we go and it spins the bearing. And I was like, yeah, dude, it was not ideal. Again, sometimes it do be like that. Like it's not all fun and games and records
You
and
gotta roll the
champagne
dice,
and
man.
big checks and trophies and fun stuff.
If it was all that, it wouldn't be exciting when you got those.
Yeah, and it's just It makes it all more worth it, and that's the stuff that people don't see. Like
you two are 100% responsible for any outcome.
Yep.
So when the outcome is number one,
Good, or if it's not good, it's the same thing. Like I probably should have preventatively replaced those wheel bearings, but I wasn't thinking about it. But now I know.
Yeah.
Like now I know when to replace them. So and now I know how to do it. If I need to do it on the side of an interstate on the way to cross country, I can. I'm not worried about it, which is dumb to say out loud, but golly, yeah, you can't say we're not dedicated to this craft. That's for sure.
But yeah, there's no way anyone could take that from you.
Yeah, like dudes want to argue. Like some guy the other day commented to one of Sally's sponsors, like, that's cool and all, but like she builds multi-million-dollar cars. She ain't about it. They're like, yo, Sally works a full-time job as a service advisor and busts her ass and makes money to pay for this so she can do it on her own. Like she's the whole reason this whole thing exists. Nah, she's got sponsor money out the ass and she's rich. I'm like, bro, like you're an idiot. Like you clearly don't follow along to what we do. I'm like, you're some salty ass dude in El Paso with an EF Civic. Like,
oh, dude, we're calling people out.
Yeah, like, yo, I did my research. I looked it up. I was like, damn, bro, like that's a terrible opinion to have. Like, I even thought about sending a dude a message. I was like, you know what, man, it's not even worth it. These people, there's people that just hate all the time. No matter, you can be doing the most positive stuff on the planet, and somebody's still gonna have a bone to pick with you. It's just not worth it.
You just need to turn that frown upside down, and be a little bit more not of an incel, and then you'll feel better.
Those dudes are wired like that. I don't even know anymore. It's not worth trying to fix them.
I don't know. Yeah, it bothers me.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Like, there's other girls that work like Sally, work as hard as her, and want to do stuff that get the same shit. I'm just like, dude, it's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, I have a friend who, I'm not gonna say who, but does a she does a lot. She welds,
Yeah,
works
the
on
one
her
you said
car.
that does not big into socials.
She doesn't want to ever post because she knows that she's going to get a comment about something
Yeah.
that's like questioning or
Dude, the comments, some of the stuff that Sally gets, like, bro, she's wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Like, there's nothing revealing about what we're trying to do here.
Right.
Like, we're not out here in like Sophie shorts and like barefoot, like with gratuitous ass shots, like bending in an engine bay and doing stuff. Like we're out here just trying to get something done. Like, and she's learning how to work on the car. Like, and dude still got, oh man, it's so annoying. The best thing you can do is just delete and move on. But like you showed me, like your friend you're talking about, like, yeah, she gets it. And it's frustrating to hear that she doesn't want to try to take it to a higher level because there's so many idiots
she
out
could,
there. Yeah, she could.
easily.
But I
if she took
understand
advantage
it.
of that path,
Yeah,
she absolutely could.
Yeah.
Because she has the raw skill, but it's like it's just not worth it to her.
yeah, it's a lot of work. Like, and it's just, yeah, people just, yeah, social media sucks some days.
Yeah.
That's a good opportunity for a piss break.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I gotta go feed the dog, so she stopped yelling. Yeah, we're talking about the commitment, being committed to it. Like, nobody can ever not say we're not fully dedicated to this craft. Is it a craft? Hobby? I don't know.
Racecrafts.
Yeah, racecraft. Like, we want to make it work. Oh, yeah. So this was the quote I talked about last night. Like,
Yeah.
Let me wait while somebody's hammering in the background. Yeah, like, okay, so I was, I like to listen to podcasts, obviously yours included. And I was listening to...
Yeah, you've been a big supporter, dude.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No problem, man. Dude, it costs nothing to support your friends. That's a Goodest tip 3.
Goodest tip
for real. Like,
3.
support your
we're keeping
friends.
track.
It literally doesn't cost anything to listen to the podcast. Like, background noise is cool, whether or not you listen, whatever. But like, this is something really tight. It's bridging a lot of different people in a lot of different countries and a lot of different places and backgrounds and whatever you name it. Like, it's tight. Like, it's cool to learn about these other people, and I hope you guys think it's cool to learn about my dumbass. Like, this might be one of the lower viewed ones because it's grip stuff. I don't slide and have crazy stories about lizard kings and wild tattoo shit like Michael. But like, hey, whatever, man. I'm still cool in a different way. But no, like, I was listening to Greg Rust. He's an automotive commentator journalist down in Australia. It's Rusty's Garage, and he had Warren Luffy, whatever you want to call him. He did World Time Attack with the Nemo Evo, like back in like 15 or 16, which was like a groundbreaking car at the time. But he said this thing really good. It was a really good quote, and it stuck with me. He's like, motorsport's like a merry-go-round. You step on it, it's going to spin. You're going to ride that thing till it stops. And at some point, it's going to stop. Like, and then you're just going to have to step off and figure out something else. But
you're just going to have to go back to having fun with it.
Yeah, go back to having fun or just enjoying it. Or, maybe it's a hobby you don't want to pursue anymore. Like right now, this merry-go-round.
Sometimes you can get back on the merry-go-round, but
yeah, sometimes it'll start back up. But like at some point, it's gonna stop. And right now, the merry-go-round for Sally and I is spinning at a pretty good rate. So we're gonna try to ride this damn thing as long as we can. And who would have thought that a person that works full time is going to race professionally and represent a brand like Honda at a professional level of motorsport. Like, there's a lot of females, and do well. Like, we're building on a lot of momentum off of last year into this next season, and now we're flying under the VGMC, Victor Gonzalez Jr.'s tent and his crew full time. Like, who knows? We're shooting to try to win a championship next year, and a podium would be tight. A win would be even better, but it's not always about winning. You got to be consistent.
Yeah,
like to finish first.
You got to show up.
To finish first you must finish. It's corny as hell, but it's true. Like,
yeah,
like what Luffy said. Like, motorsport's a merry-go-round, and right now we're gonna ride this ride as long as we can, and hopefully it doesn't stop for a long time because I really like it. We might complain about it, and it might be stressful, and there's days and you question your whole being about why am I fucking doing this shit?
I've done that.
Yeah, I mean, I've
driving back from an event. You got to drive like a lap and a half, and you're like,
oh man, I towed all the way to Buttonwillow one time. Got there at 5 a.m, went out for a session, blew a fucking motor. first out, not even on the hot lap, the out lap. I come out of cotton corners and I look up behind me and it's just vaping white smoke. And I'm like, cool, that's a head gasket.
It is a Subaru.
Yeah, it is a Subaru. So I just pull off in the middle of the bus stop and go, wow, I just towed 10 hours, no sleep for nothing. Sick.
Cloud chasers.
I didn't even get a fucking trophy that event. Sally beat me that event.
She's celebrating. I love it.
But yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Like, it's not always fun and games, and there's a lot of times I question it. But like, I also look at all the cool stuff, like what we're doing literally right this second.
Yeah.
Like,
the pros outweigh the cons any day.
yeah.
If
like,
you
dude,
if you go all in, and you just commit, and you're like, this is.
you can focus on the negatives all you want, but
Right.
there's so many more positives that outweigh it. Like, I've learned about so many cool people, and like I have friends in different countries and different parts of the world. Like, I've got friends in Australia, I've got Kiwi friends in New Zealand, because the kangaroos in Australia, not New Zealand. Palmer,
Koalas.
koalas are there too.
That's the one I fucked up was koalas.
Yeah. Poor Case. Like, really, mate? Really? But like, I've got friends in different countries, and I've met people, and have met, and the people that like motorsport.
Hold on, I can't skip over that. I don't know how the fuck he knew what I was talking about.
Because we're just dumb Yanks. That's all we are.
He's
Stupid
probably-
Yanks. Yeah, that's all we are, is just dumb Yanks to the rest of the world.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The world revolves around America, dude.
I guess. I don't even know anymore. I don't even pay attention to that. News is stupid. It's all stupid. Cars are cool, and friends that are into cars are cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like the whole Milky Diamond story is nuts. Like, dude ends up in Japan living out his dream. Like, that's sick.
Yeah.
Like, and he's gonna go back to New Zealand and with his girl who supports him. Like, bro, like,
How cool is that?
How sick's that?
Yeah,
like,
she's down.
yeah, she's down. Like, Sally's down. Like, fucking Shelby's down. Phoebe's down. It's tight. Like,
Yeah, I guess Goodest tip number 4, find someone who's down.
yeah, Goodest tip 4, find somebody who's down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's a mutual thing. Like,
It
luckily,
is.
like, Sally's into everything that I'm into, like, which is
Yeah.
cool. But I know it's hard to find people like that, but they're out there.
You know what? Or over time, if the person you're with sees how much you want to commit to the thing, eventually they'll be supportive. And if they're not, then maybe,
I mean, people respect passion. Like, no
Yeah.
matter what it is you do.
it took me like 5 years for Shelby to like really understand how the level in which I need to commit to this thing to
Yeah.
have it work,
Dude, some days it's brutal. Like, there's
Yeah.
plenty of times when I just want to fucking throw a wrench across the room and be like, fuck this, I'm done. But
Yeah. I have
what
felt
good's that? Yeah, what good's that?
Yeah. It's a good point, man. Like
I mean,
we,
dude, like,
we all go through it.
yeah, like, I'm 30. Like, I just turned 33 this week, and like, I've been at cars for, I don't know, 16 plus years, and it's just like, yeah, there's been plenty of good times. There's been plenty of bad times. Like,
Yeah.
I've crashed cars when I was young. I was an idiot, but you have to figure that out.
Same.
Yeah, like, we've both made mistakes. Like,
We both bought NA base models.
yeah,
And tried to race 'em?
Mine was all-wheel drive, at least. Yours, yeah, yours.
No
Yeah,
excuse.
yours is like, yeah, it's all right. You won in it, so that's tight.
I got third.
Oh, podium's a podium.
Yeah. Dude, the guy the night before that,
When it was dry, it hadn't rained yet.
no, I went and took my car to get it all wrapped for works. They like literally like, oh, we'll give you some money towards like race prep if
That's
you come
cool.
do this and
That's
put
cool.
like your livery on the car. So I was like, all right, sure. So I do that, get the car all like
Sorted, prepped.
sorted. Yeah, it was pretty much, it wasn't really wrapped. It
Yeah,
was
it's
just like
mild.
a
Just
it was
simple
just-
livery.
They put the Works livery on my car. Works is a Subaru or a Mitsubishi shop.
Mitsu shop.
They
Yeah,
do
they're based out of Sonoma, which is really tight.
They do a bunch of shit now, but anyway, my girlfriend at the time, ex-girlfriend now, got drunk on a party bus and tried to fight everybody.
Yes, I remember hearing.
I think
about this.
I might have told the story on here before.
I don't remember with who, but I do remember hearing about it.
Yeah. So like I was driving around San Francisco till like 3 a.m. looking for this party bus, And
I can't imagine there's that many. There's a lot of streets in San Francisco,
well,
but I can't imagine there's a lot of party buses on them.
everybody who was on it was very drunk and not good at explaining where they were. So,
course.
So I'm like driving up. I got to blast the Broadway Tunnel a couple times, which was kind of fun
That's
with like
tight.
full livery and.
That's tight.
But yeah, by the time I made it home,
Conjo runner.
yeah, by the time I made it home, she got home. So I got home at like
yeah.
3 a.m, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Sorry. It was
Like,
not an
thanks.
uncommon occurrence. I'll just say that. But I showed up the next day with 3 hours of sleep and drove awful during practice, and then like during the actual like competition. So like I went out with an instructor during that, and the guy was like, "I." Is that dude about to fight somebody on your street?
I think his dog. Oh, his dog got out. Oh,
Mm.
there's like a puppy. Oh, there's 2 of them.
Mm.
Does that one have
One
3
with 3
legs?
legs,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. That is cool.
This story is boring, but anyway, I went out and like one of the instructors rode with me, and I was driving really bad because I was super tired, and I kept like messing up, and it's raining, and it was literally my first track day ever.
Wait a second. You'd never done a track day prior to that,
Uh,
and your first event was Redline Time Attack.
yeah,
Wow. All right.
I'm an idiot.
Yo.
Dude, I got my car sponsored by a plastic surgeon's office and my favorite sandwich shop.
If that's not inspiring to some people, I don't really
Dude,
know
get
what
out there,
is.
like get a sponsorship
Bro,
proposal and
bro.
go hit up fucking random places.
You know how many no's Sally's gotten? A lot. She's gotten more no's than yeses. But you got to ask to even get to that point. Like, you're never going to... I'd rather have the no.
And now Sally says no.
Yeah. Sally says you're out.
The random eBay seller coilover company that reaches out. She's looking at me so bad. I'm not saying it.
No, we're not.
They're not getting a shout
no,
out
they're
on
not
here.
getting a free shout out. They got to pay money.
Yeah.
There's not enough product
Just
in the
send
world.
them my way, dude. I'll put them. I'll put anybody's ad on here,
That's funny.
especially if I can roast them during the ad.
You need to, like for
You
like
gotta pay up front though.
for these ones when we're getting on the beers, like we need to do like this urinary break sponsored by, and then you can just roll tape as we're taking a leak. Like that could be top. That could be next level.
That's actually a good idea.
That could be like a tier 3 supporter or like tier 1
That's
simps.
actually a great
or like,
idea.
yeah, bro. Dude, all we try to do is like give ourselves a crash course in marketing to try to figure out how to make this shit work.
Mm.
Like how do we make how is it profitable or beneficial
else.
for all involved? Yeah. Just make it all work.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
I'm just having fun with this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what'd be cool too? We need to do one like somebody mentioned. Like I'd be down to jump on with like one of the drift guys and we
Yeah.
do like a
That was,
collaborative.
you told me that
Oh,
I should
was
do that.
Was that my idea?
That was your idea. It was a great idea. I've been wanting to do it.
Yeah, boy. hit him with a long yeah, boy. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that.
Where was that?
You're talking
Oh.
about works and how your ex
Oh,
had
no.
you out till like 3 a.m. and
So I went out
with
with
the instructor.
the instructor, and he was just like, "What are you doing?" And then the next day, like I kind of like got
Because these are all 2-day events, by the way, folks. Most of the time, it's a 2-day event.
I got back to like driving right. Like I just I hadn't done a track like
you shook all the rest that was non-existent.
yeah
off.
like went back like I remember I was driving like one hand center like Dom style
yeah, bro.
like on track,
Family.
and the guy was like, what are you doing? And like the seat was hella far back because I used to be kind of I
Got
used-
that bay-ish.
yeah, it was,
Yeah,
I
hyphy.
had a beat in the trunk, dude.
He's like, I'm in the
Seat
building and I'm
recline.
feeling like, yee.
Hand in the middle of the wheel, and then like I hadn't like done anything like I'd done indoor karting, but like I was like, oh, I just need to put my hands like indoor karting and then reach off the shift.
9 and 3.
Yeah, so I wasn't like thinking about that. And then so like
Again, you focused.
yeah,
And what happened?
the next day I went out after I got like a full night's sleep, and I was like actually driving fast.
Yeah.
Like the first day I like kept it was pouring rain. I came down the carousel.
Yeah.
I came down the
dude.
carousel and
Okay.
lifted.
Pouring rain was an understatement. Like, this was probably the wettest event I had ever seen at Sonoma. Like, teams were running dryer ducts off the turbo inlets into the cabin of the car
Oh,
because
yeah,
it was the only place that was
yeah,
dry.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you want to talk about wet.
Yeah, we had to run our windows up.
It was very
Moist?
Shameless plug.
uh,
Somebody out there is going to be like,
yeah, but I like got my shit together, and
Yeah,
then I was
and then
like
you
actually
figured it
turning laps, and then I got my trophy. They like called me up there, and I got my trophy, and I'm like, I had like a Stussy like, pretty
But
much like
this
bench
was
jacket.
this was
on.
with the Redline girls.
Oh, I got an even better story that I didn't tell last time.
Yes.
So I go up to the guy. I get the trophy, and I'm walking away, and the instructor that rode me, he's like, "See, you showed up, and look what happened." And I was like, "You condescending motherfucker! Like, you can't."
Well, you
can't
told me I was trash earlier.
Yeah, you told me I was bad. Like he was like insinuating that like I just did good because I like, tried. I don't. Maybe he was
what
like.
was it that
maybe he
Julian
was
said?
like,
You did good because you were good, or was it Aaron that said that?
He makes fun of me because I said, try hard and you'll do
good.
Try hard and you'll do good.
Yeah, that's what you did though.
On his video,
That was like, oof.
That's actually
That was manifesting.
The origin of Goodest is from something that he cut from that video when I said Goodest, and then like
That's
me
sick.
and Aaron were like joking about it, and then that's how Goodest Cast name
That's tight.
came to be, and I'm telling it here on this one for the first time.
That's tight. I fuck with it. Exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Exclusives.
Oh yeah, so the Redline Time Attack girls.
Yeah, RTA girls. Shout out Tom Tang.
My dad, who's a fucking kind of a pervert, had his DSLR and was like taking pictures of me driving, but also a couple of them came by and he did like a photo shoot with them and my car. And what I forgot,
D-Sport.
like so he gave me a CD. This is back in the day. He gave me a CD with all the pictures on it.
Do you know what CDs are?
And I didn't look through them. I just made copies and gave them to all the people who sponsored me. And I was like, look, I actually went racing. So the sandwich shop.
Oh boy.
Like Michael Sourdough in Santa Fe. I've been going there since I was like in elementary school, right? Like that's my.
Okay, we gotta go when we
my
go.
jam.
When we come to Sonoma in April,
Yeah.
you're taking me.
And yeah, I gave them the CD. And I hope they didn't look at it because I went back and looked at all the photos later
after the fact,
and it was like maybe like 20 pictures of me driving and like 100 of like a fine young woman and my Lancer.
Yeah, Lancer base model. Yeah, not even an Evo, not even an RS. Not
Dude,
even a Rally Art.
I was fucking.
No,
I was pissed because Pete, the like main guy from Works, at the very end of the day, he's like, "Oh, you're driving really good, dude. We should have like tuned your car for 100 octane or something."
Wouldn't have done anything.
And I'm like,
just an NA Lancer.
Oh, dude, if
they should have put you in one of their shop cars.
I was off. You know me, dude. I would have wadded that thing for sure.
Probably that would have been a rough conditions to drive it in for sure.
Yeah. It was cool though. I had a well-known touring car driver. I can't remember his name, but
do you remember what car he was in?
He was driving the Works car. Yeah, they had him come specifically.
Was it Gary Sheehan?
No, because didn't he drive the Lick car? Because Lick was there. I didn't know Lick.
Russ War drove the
I didn't know
car.
Lick at the time, but that's when they were like shooting that like underdogs.
Underdog, yeah. So it might have been Russ War, Dr. Russ War at the time, or it might have been James Elterman. I'm trying to think.
He was older.
I gotta look it up now. That was RTA 20. I think I know.
He was really cool, but he taught me this is some old school. He pulled me aside and like showed me the wet line essentially.
Which is, for those that don't know, the wet line is not the grip line because all the rubber on the track on the grip line does not do well with water. So you're usually driving the opposite of where you want to go for that.
If you end up on the race line, you have to do it in sections where you're not trying to find grip. So like anytime you're trying to like brake on throttle which is most of the track, but like you can cross over it when you're.
Was it Brandon Davis? Is it ACS Speed World Challenge Ford Mustang? Or he was in the works car. Hang
Yeah.
on. That's an old Moto IQ article from. This was 2010, round 9 Infineon. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that
it.
was the
yeah,
year.
That's damn. That's old. Was it Andre Hart? Oh, Lars Wolf.
Lars
Yeah,
is the guy who
Lars.
worked there. That
Yeah,
wasn't him.
Oh, okay.
Lars wasn't teaching me. It was somebody else. I think it was like
Oh.
something.
Brian Locke. No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Work.
Whatever.
No, Lars Wolf drove the Works Motorsport Evo 10.
Yeah. He also he was cool. They had, like Lars was pretty cool to me too. He gave me some. He said, he's like, do you know what? Because like, what did he say? It was before the event, and he was like, you know what Michael Schumacher said? And I was like, huh? And he's like, cars, because you know how Michael Schumacher is known for being one of the like best wet drivers, and also like
Correct.
Senna and
Yes.
Hamilton, like all three
Yes.
of them have that in common. He said that cars in the dry, they'll talk to you, but cars in the wet whisper. And I was like, that's so
Oh,
German.
That is. I've heard it's like driving on eggshells. I wish it rained here more. I'd love to come to Sonoma and do a wet track day. Because just being in Phoenix, you don't get a lot of opportunities to do that. And I think that really breeds really good driving.
Yeah, I mean, so all the Pacific Northwest dudes who go drive Evergreen all the time in the rain.
Dave Brown.
I was gonna say Brown.
Yeah, Dave.
I was
Brown.
gonna say Dan Brown, but
yeah, Dave Brown.
Yeah,
there it is.
He was super
Wow.
cool.
For those that can see, old school works right there.
Yeah, they got in a bunch of trouble because they showed up with like dry carbon and like they didn't have actual windows. They had like Lexan and stuff. And,
Oh,
like,
this was a cheater car. Oh, this was in the days of redline and waivers. Man, that's what did redline time attacking was the waivers. If you paid enough money, they'd exempt you from shit. That's why. People don't even know about that stuff now.
Hit them, dude.
Dude, that's so long ago. That's part of the reason why redline folded. Because if you paid enough money, they'd give you waivers for like teams had like Lexan windshields and weren't running stuff that was class specific, and they bought the full season packet. Dude, it was so much BS. That's why the whole thing folded.
I showed up on used all seasons.
But those are perfect for the wet because they actually have stuff to help you from, as the Europeans say, aquaplaning. It's not high, it's aqua.
Dude, the last 2 laps of the like actual, I was in the lead, and then it started to dry out on the last 2 laps, and then all the like non-stock cars.
That's what happened to us at Indianapolis with Sally's last race. We went out and we gambled on wets because it rained so hard at race 1. And then like 25 minutes into the race, it started to dry out, and I was like, oh God, here they come. And we just got freight trained because everybody was on full wets. And once it gets dry, the wets are so soft, they can't handle heat and they just disintegrate. So like a couple of teams went out and gambled on slicks, and then once the track dried out, they were running like 7 seconds a lap faster than us. I was like, fuck, we can't catch them. There's no way. Can't even hold them off. The speed differential was too great.
Yeah, and how long are the races that she's doing?
40 minutes. Yeah, 40-minute sprints.
I don't know if you've ever been to like indoor karting, for those of you listening, but like, you're doing like 15 minutes.
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 minutes in a car that doesn't have AC, that has poor circulation. I mean, she's got a cool suit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it helps. But you're basically in the car for a full hour because you got to go to pre-grid first. And I usually run the car up to pre-grid, then she'll jump in and they sit out there and they do the 2 warm-up laps and 40-minute race. And then, it's stressful, man. It's cool though. Wish I could do it. I probably could if I didn't want to build these cars, but whatever.
You want to be a fucking cool guy, don't you?
Cool Guy Motorsports. Or whatever it may
Your
be.
fucking hot version license plate. That's actually really
that's
cool.
a flex, man. Yeah, you can see it in the red H, the factory red A. Honda purist may know that is an OEM NFR New Formula Red filled Honda badge. Those are discontinued and rare.
Did you know that my BMW is a Honda color?
Your BMW's taffeta white?
No.
Oh.
The red one.
Oh, the red one. Is that Milano red?
Mm-mm.
Which one is it?
It's
New Formula Red's the big one on S2000s.
It's new Formula is the same as the NSX color.
I think so.
Yeah, then that's what I have.
Yeah, NFR is a cool color. I would love to paint this car red.
You should.
Maybe we'll paint the other one red.
I
A little foreshadowing.
hope all the I hope none of the Time Attack people are gonna listen to this.
They probably won't.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'll share. Some people might.
they might. They probably will if they see you on here.
Yeah, they will.
Especially if I like tease the
Oh
you're
boy.
dropping hints, dude.
S2000, S2000, S2000. What does that people say? They talk about manifesting things. Manifest that right there, boy.
My mom's all about manifesting.
I
That wasn't
feel
like I
that's
wasn't talking
a-
about guys. I was like it was real. She talked about it. I've been hanging out with my mom all week, so
Yeah.
she's been talking about manifest. I don't know what that means.
I don't fully understand it, but I feel like it's a hot word right now.
It is hot.
It's not hot right now. It's so nice outside. Man, if y'all could see this.
Yeah,
It's
the
like a
sunset
perfect,
is
perfect,
beautiful.
perfect Phoenix. Today's Saturday? Saturday night. Saturday evening. What time is it? Oh, damn. It's probably a good time to cut it.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a fucking blast. I hope
Sunsetting.
people enjoy this because this is like a lot different, like stuff we talk about, like a lot more like motorsport specific stuff.
Yeah.
But I hope it's enlightening for some folks, and I'd love to do more.
Yeah. We'll bring you back. We'll do one
Yeah.
with like some obscure drift people or
Yeah,
something.
that'd be tight. I'd be down.
I like the one of the really popular ones is the one with like Myron and Julian
Dude,
because it's like this like
I just want to
clash
plug.
of two
I just want
worlds.
to plug my own real quick. I could listen to that guy talk about anything. Dude, he's so well versed and so well spoken, and like the way he, wow, I can't even think of the word. Like enunciates and how he talks. It's very
eloquent.
eloquent. Yes, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Yes, he's very eloquent how he talks. He's super cool.
I know that word
Dude,
because
and the
I
music's
don't
tight.
have that.
Yeah, the music's tight too. Like I've started listening to it a lot more. I'm like, damn, this is sick. Like,
Yeah.
and it's a cool. Again, like talk about you'd never would have imagined in a million years this matchup.
Yeah.
All because of fucking dumb cars. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, he's got a new album coming out soon. I'm
Yep.
gonna win. I already heard it though. It's fire.
Dude, sick. Dude, the not album songs that he's been posting on his reels, tight. He needs to make a not album. Like
That's
that would
actually
be
a pretty cool
That
idea.
would be sick. But yeah, like that's another prime one. Like all these people you have on, like dude, it's cool.
Yeah, I want to get more of that.
Yeah.
I want to get more of that for sure.
Yeah, I'll work on Pat and Joe and George. That'd be tight. Pat would be a fucking riot, dude.
Yeah.
He gets if you spin him up, he's Team LH hardcore. So yeah, you just gotta spin him up good if he's tight. He's so tight. That'd be a fun one. Joe's pretty quiet. George would be good though, because George is an engineer, so he's really smart. Like he did the whole Maverick Motorsports deal.
Yeah, he was making like adapter plates
yep,
and all that
yeah,
like
bell
early
housings
on.
and-
He was
yeah.
doing like CDO9 stuff like
Yeah,
early. He
way
was like
before-
the first kit.
Yeah, way before a lot of people did it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a super cool dude. Really cool to consider him a good friend. Same with Joe and Pat. Like, they're all homies. Like, yeah, it's super tight. So again, cars, it's crazy.
Yeah, like how did you run into them through just
Just
Being
being
in the
at
same
yeah,
area?
kind of like being at the events and like
Mm.
you know, hey, like. I want to talk about your car. I've gone karting with those guys. Joe's got a really badass old Cressida with a 2J. I don't remember what MX. I don't remember. It's an older one, but it's like
MX something 3?
oh, I gotta look now. Hang on. Chassis code purist will kill me if they don't do this. MX
Was it the bubbly one or the boxy one?
MX32.
MX32? What the
Yeah.
fuck is that? Oh shit.
Dude, it's hard. He painted.
Oh, I
that-
love that
He
car.
painted that in his garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got like the old, like the neon glow amps, the old Pioneer stuff.
Oh,
Dude,
in the
it's-
back windows?
Yeah,
Ah,
dude, it's
I love
so
those.
period correct. Like, and he's got the SSR MK1s, like,
Dude. Fire.
and then that's the engines all polished, and yeah, Joe's got great style. Yeah,
I mean,
super
he earned his
style
handle for sure.
king, the original style king. Yeah, he's tight, man. The shit he does is so cool. Yeah, I need to push some of these AZ dudes to jump on.
Yeah.
It'd be
We'll
tight.
do it. We'll set it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing more of these. I'll like
Dude, in person's fun. Like the
In-person's
webcast
more
stuff is
fun,
cool.
yeah. Yeah.
Like in person's tight. Like I thought about flying up there and doing it because like it'd be a good excuse to fucking like do.
go to Toyota.
Yeah, go to yeah, get tanked at Toyose, order like jjigae and stuff, and they're like, wait a second, how do you know what this is? Like, bro, I love Korean food. Like I fucking love it. Like bring you a big carafe of soju. Let's get lit.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect a dude who drives Subarus who lives in Arizona to know more about delicacies in other countries than anyone I've
Dude,
ever met.
again, I enjoy it because I enjoy like learning about other people and like being aware, man. It's just
Yeah.
simple. Be nice.
You flex on me big time.
I try not to
I
flex,
love it.
man.
No, I
like-
love it. I love it.
It's just-
I learn from you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool though. Like I appreciate that.
Mm.
Like that's a good mix. That's a good ass mix.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing this, man.
Thank you for having me
Fucking
on. I'm glad
legend.
we finally made it happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the passcode. If you made it this far,
Yeah.
risk it for the biscuit. Those biscuits last night were fucking bomb. That's the
we
only reason
decided
why.
yesterday when we were eating. That's
Yeah,
what it was
we
gonna
went
be.
we went to Welcome Diner in Phoenix. If you go, it's a must stop. It's like open till 1 a.m. It's close to the airport. Like, dude, it's just tight. It's a good ass spot. It's Goodest.
Shelmy's best friend's husband, who's also my friend, said you got to risk it for the biscuit, and then got a DUI.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Holiday season, folks. Ubers are cheap. They're cheaper than DUIs.
Google pro tip or Goodest.
Google. Goodest tip. Goodest tip number 5. 5. Yeah.
6.
5. Get a fucking
Don't
Uber.
get a DUI.
Yeah, don't get a DUI because that makes car stuff way fucking harder than it needs to be. Don't be stupid.
And then you can't go to Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't allow felons in Canada. And DUI is a felony
Oh,
in
wow.
some states.
Oh, damn. Well, yeah, don't do that then.
Mm-hmm. So you can't go see B Strong fucking throw it down.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in a grip car too. Dude, remember when Julian kicked my ass in iRacing? I was like, what the fuck is when we were doing Miatas? I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Dude,
And Be Strong, we were playing NASCAR shit, and Be Strong fucking...
we need to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do that again. Do you have a Discord for Goodest?
I don't.
You
Should I make one?
I still don't fully understand Discords yet.
So
I still like forums. Like, I'm a big forum guy. Yeah, okay, boomer. Over here, like, I love forums. They're great.
Do they still exist?
They do. I'm on S2KI.
Are you on Naziok?
I'm on Naziok, yeah.
What's the other Subaru one?
iClub.
Oh, yeah. You get the iClub badge.
Yeah.
Let everybody know you're a fucking forum mod.
Yeah.
Let everybody know you pawn
Boy.
noobs.
Yeah.
Search
noob. Fucking noob.
If everyone would just answer the fucking question,
yeah.
then the Google search when you're looking for something, and then they go use the search function. I'm not a member of the forum. I'm just trying to get the information.
Fuck Facebook groups. So sick of that shit. Fucking hate it.
I actually do miss forums.
Yeah, forums are tight.
Forums are the sacred text.
They are, and a lot of this, even like learning shit on Zilvia. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going away because people aren't archiving it.
I wired a KA MAF on my homie Danny's car at Final Bout in the pits because of a Zilvia post.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is repin a KA MAF and you can run it on an SR.
Yeah, like that stuff. Again, the kids nowadays are never gonna have to deal with because they don't use forums. Like, they're gonna struggle on Facebook groups. It's
Facebook,
stupid.
it's one and done. It's gone. And you search and it's like you can kind of find stuff.
Fuck Facebook.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zuck. I don't want to get sucked.
You Zucker.
Goddamn Zuckers.
Let's go eat, dude.
Yeah, I'm down to fucking. I don't even know where we're going. I'm excited. You guys have to.
Oh, I don't know where we're going either.
I don't know either. It'll be sick though. Glad you made it down, man.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. Shout out to the Goodest.
Yeah.
Buy the sweatshirts. Oh wait, by the time this posts, there won't be sweatshirts.
I'm gonna do some more stuff later.
Be on the lookout for new stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real Goodest.
Follow the IG if you want to.
Yeah.
Figure out.
Stay tuned. Yeah, if you want to keep up with my shenanigans. Damn, there's mosquitoes out here. That's bad for me. At Snail Performance Markos, that's me. I'm gonna try to post some stuff. Just don't expect much.
Yeah. You're too busy making Sally look cool.
Too busy going fast and stuff and things.
Yeah, forget social media, dude.
Enjoy them. Live in the moment, man. Enjoy it.
Live in the moment.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We should end it on that.
Yeah. Boom.
Should we drop the mics? No.
Like old skateboard videos?